Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking Talking Shit with Eagle, episode 508, Weed Nerd World. Hopefully, you guys have had a great start to your week. An amazing Monday. Getting ready for a fantastic Tuesday. Down, playing in the background. Good tune. Hopefully you're packing your tray up, getting ready for a little bit of fun in the Weed Nerd World. This shit hop down, live chat going. Currently talking to myself in a who. One watching. Probably. So. No, it's not. It's Miss August 25. Cheers, mister. Firsties, how you doing today? Southern VT Grower. Cheers to you as well. How was your weekend overall? How was the beginning of your week? What are you smoking now? All valid questions for the moment, Blaze Daily. Cheers to you. Thank you on the compliment of the hat. This is actually a gift from Smoking Girl Fraser. Kind of doing a pull, a smiley at night, doing a little seed separation. James C. Weaver, cheers to you. Seeing who's gonna hang out this evening. I'm sure one of these clubs. This is from this is the one I thought got lightly seated. Frosty for what she is there, my man. Holy God. Another shot right there. That is the Citrus Blazer times the Cholumbium. Jolly Cannon, cheers to you. Justin Bean, how y'all doing? Nerd World, that is right. 4x4 in the house. Man, just out of this one bud, I bet you I flipped out about 10, 15 seeds already. Pretty close, too. I got a ladybug crawling on the back of my neck. Love-hate relationship with the ladybug. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Getting ready to roll up the fatty. Been de-seeding. I've been just smoking this shit as I go. These are, I'll show you here in a second. Finish up what I got going here. Sister Golden Hair, how you doing? Always a pleasure. Got about them all. Oh, this one. See, I just kind of massage all the seeds out of that body. It's also carcass right there. Size them out one by one. Let's take a little county. What that one bud yielded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 seeds out of that one bud. Although I would say out of those 18, probably only 10 of them are beautifully viable for what you would look for. Dark, big, dark, striped. I could say some of these are a lot smaller ones would still germinate, but I wouldn't buy them if I was anybody's. Not that they're for sale, just as a comparison. Oh, shit. Show you. Again, these are Cholumbium times Citrus Blazer from Empire Breeding Co. The male being Swampy, I'm sorry about that. It was a fucking brain fart there. Just had a fucking seed of packet. Look like decent seeds there. I mean, it's probably about 10, 8th grade, I would say. Now, they were all put in the cup here. So, fun fact here, this jar, that jar right there, jar right there, I rolled 6 joints to get these y'all seeds. Wasn't much flour, or didn't take much flour to fucking get those right. You pick all that green out of there. That's the green in there fucking bad. See though, man, that looks pretty seeds. Looks like get a little better view in there for you. Stop taking it. See the majority of them start to. How long did you take your plants? These plants were outdoors. I took them as long as I could take it. These here seeds. In all reality, if the plant were indoors, I would have took her a little bit longer. So I don't really have valid question for you because it's hard to keep track of what the actual date really from when Mother Nature sets the clock for you. Let's see, just sitting here playing earlier. I get that, man. I'm not even close, man. I mean, that's not even a fucking branch off this baby plant. I mean, I'm serious. This plant couldn't have been 2 by 2, and I am most definitely gonna be fucking swimming. I bet you just out of this little pinch right here, there's probably another fucking 50 seeds minimal in that little pinch of fucking whatever the fuck you want to call it. Oh yeah, they're good. Eagle in my best pirate voice. Say yes. Arr, I see. I messed it up a little bit there, but there you go. Russify. Let's try it again. ICRCI. There you go. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. Now it's time to get rolling. Rolling. Normally, same thing though. Dreamer 77, if them seeds were indoors, I would probably pollinate between 2 and 3. And again, take them as long as I could take them. Make sure they're fully developed. Most of the times, if you're harvesting just for seed, them plants should be ugly. Ugly. When you bring them down. So, that's just my opinion. What Sub always told me. What I do. Hopefully that helps. Everybody slow on the whole tonight of the world tonight. Just water. Terrarium plants are looking good. I would say out of the Maui soda pop there, I think I put down 7. I believe 5 have sprouted. They actually should be transplanted up. They're actually stretching a little too far for the light because they are in that dome. The seedlings are already about that tall. But the clones are looking good. I do need to reach in there and probably grab them seedlings out, let them clones go. Probably wouldn't hurt a little bit to a little bit of fresh air in that terrarium. Taking this long as the seed were hard, huh? Yeah. It sounds like a good recipe, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Just laying there. Man, I don't know. I do not envy Smiley for seeding all those plants. This takes me back right here. This takes me too far back. Tim Pat, bro. Thank you, brother. And add another 5 to the collection as I squeeze out that little piece. Slow it down. Oh no, this is sounds like Zach White. Black Label Society. Yeah. Smiley's Gardens popping in. Oh. Yeah. All right, there you go. Get a little conversation rolling with Smiley. Man, my mouse button must be a little sticky. And some of you folks taking reservations. What's up, Smiley?
Monday.
I'm playing Smiley tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, it's that quiet here. There you go. Fucking chucking seeds over here, man.
Yeah. Nice.
You know, no, it's not very nice, man. I fucking nabbed. Well, some of them other girls are out there still going, man. They're still holding up, man. They're still doing all right out there in that cold. I'll probably take what's left of them down tomorrow and at least hang them somewhere warm and dry, a little warmer and dry. But man, so remember the one I said that was right next to the Chilumbium male? And I was like, man, that fucker didn't barely get seated at all. You know what I mean? I don't know how, because the other ones were at least 50 feet easy from that male. And they seemed way more seated than the one right next to the male there. And I was like, man, maybe the wind was blowing the opposite way that day or whatever. I've been fucking just picking off, little. I mean, all these little nuts are like frosty as fuck. Oh, I mean, all that shit's like super frosty. I was showing that yesterday or earlier. All that shit, all the husk, solid seed though, man. Solid fucking seed. Smiley, I've just been sitting here just like, plucking like, yeah, I think I'll roll a joint off that. So I walk over and just grab some, chop off the fucking the fan leaves that are still on it real quick and just fucking little quick trim, chop, 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 just so I can see the blood and the seeds and shit. This is what I've gotten already out of 6 joints.
Believe it, man. Them fuckers It's unreal how many seeds will be in one bud. Like it's crazy.
They're all nice looking seeds too, man. They're not bad, man. They're dark, nice tiger striped. There are some, lighter color seeds, but I would say for the most part they're viable, or will be viable if properly stored and dried, or dried and stored, I should say. I think
It
they'll be
does,
okay.
it's so tempting to just pop them all. How you guys doing?
I know.
Good, and you Vegas? Just put
Cheers,
water
Vegas.
in your eagle and let it run. Let them fly.
I've already chucked a couple in like veg plants just to see if they'll take off. But I probably will pop some of these just for the fuck's sakes of it. You know what I mean? Why not? Just a couple here and there. I mean, it is a good. Both strains are fairly good. While the citrus blazer for sure is really good. Columbium, I've got some. Yeah, pretty happy with the Columbium. Not tiny as I was hoping, but still really good. Especially good for hunger. Watch out on that. But so yeah, Columbium male times the citrus blazer, which is very strong, very strong. So yeah, I may throw a couple of them down just to see what the fuck.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I kind of told myself no more seeds for a while until you had your last guest on, I think, and popping some C99s now, which
I just laugh. It's a futile statement.
it is. I mean, it was momentary lapse of weakness, I think, in my part. You always pop in seeds, it seems like. I can't help myself. So I'm going to do some Cinderella 99 and just see what's up there. Great interview, by the way.
You got some of the seed?
I do. I've had them for a while, but I've got quite a few of them. And I'm like,
I got a cut of a Cindy 99. It wasn't one I hunted, but and I don't know what generation either. So but it's definitely got a nice, like, saddlewood, weird kind of country cowboy cologne kind of smell to it. Like,
really?
yeah.
Yeah. Great update today, Smiley. Thank you for that. Looking very nice in the garden there. Very nice. That whole scrog there is just looking frosty, man.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but honestly, I think a lot of it is that filter. The more I'm playing it through my head, the reason I think the well water being out of balance in magnesium, I think that elevation in magnesium throughout the flower period was choking it out, and I was actually losing quality based on excess magnesium there. Which, yeah, I know that's kind of a trend. Guys are like, oh, I add up some salt at the end and shit, but it's like, man, I don't know. I always see the opposite of that. Like,
Greetings, chat. I haven't really visited the chat. How you guys doing? Jolly Canada, those seeds are older. They're from my friend who had quite a few of them. So we'll see. I'm sure I can get one of them to pop anyway. Been having good luck with popping seeds. Never really had a problem there. Really, have you guys had issues with popping seeds? I guess maybe there was a few times where one or two didn't come up, but I've always have enough to where at least something happens. You know what I mean?
I usually don't have
Just
much.
say one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, fine. Go ahead. No.
I just say I don't usually, but I have been lately. So.
I was just gonna say I don't usually either, but that round with the General Hydroponics plugs there, that didn't have great luck with that. But I turned around with the Root Riot cubes, same recipe, 98%. I'm not gonna say it was 100. There was a couple in there, little scragglers that didn't pop, but fucking everything came up healthy, continued to flourish. The ones out of the Root Riot cubes had a shitty germination rate, and then the ones that did come up seemed to struggle. the whole way through. You know, it just a bad start and kind of never fucking really recouped from that shitty start.
You know, I have, this is interesting, to me anyway, I have some double white cheese seeds and I'm really trying hard to get them to grow. And I've got about 3 of them that are just there. I mean, they're green, but they're doing nothing. I mean, they're just there. And it's been that way for about a month now. So about 3 days ago, I started thinking, I'm going to start giving it loving vibrations. And so I started getting real close and saying, grow, you lovely. I'm just complimenting it and just, you know, I'm doing that like 2 or 3 times a day. And by God, today, here they come. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
there's a little leaf coming out saying, we just wanted you to recognize us. Thank you for making us feel special. You know, I'm like, fuck, there's got to be something to that because it's not just 1 or 2. They're all 3 going.
Absolutely.
Hi. So something to consider.
Oh yeah, I dig that, dude. That's cool. Well, if you think of it too, though, sometimes like I guess for me, maybe I'm wrong on it. I was just thinking the ones you're really excited about popping are the ones that do well, but I'm thinking through my head that's not been the case though. Seems like I fuck up more on the ones I'm really excited about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Or the face off. Hey, Johnny, what's up, buddy? I don't mean to.
What's up? How's it going, guys?
Good to see you.
I passed out last night.
I've been
On the interview that you set up.
Unbelievable. I totally passed out. I can't even believe that crap.
He's a good guy, man. Great meet. Hopefully he comes back and spends some more time hanging out. He definitely
Yeah, no doubt.
hit me up today, said he had some fun and definitely expressed the interest in coming back between Christmas or between Thanksgiving and Christmas. He expressed, you know, the wants to come back. So yeah. Oh,
Well, the
out.
communications that I had with him, he seemed like a great dude. He had a lot of good information. He seemed like the kind of guy that we should have on our show, you know? So
It was funny. He says he did hit me up on IG and he must have originally thought he was talking to you because he's like, hey Johnny, I remember to hit you up and I'm ready to come talk some shit. I said, well, this is Eagle and hell yeah. Let's talk. He said, either way, man, I'm fucking ready to talk some shit. I'm like, cool, let's
oh my
line
God,
this
that's
up,
too
man.
good. Yeah, that's too awesome,
So,
man.
It's good. Good
Yeah,
guy,
I
good
told him about you, that you're the interviewer and everything, and it's you know, so yeah. I watched that show. I was gonna come back for the Weed Nerd World, and I took my dog out for a walk, had a bite to eat, took a couple of hits of the bike seat, and after the hits of the bike seat, I said, "Oh shoot, man, I gotta lay down after that for just for a second." That was it. I was gone. I mean, it was just like the food hit, the weed hit.
It must be contagious. That's all I can think of.
Well, I only had like 3 hours of sleep the night before, you know, so that might have had something to do with it.
Yeah,
I just kind
Most definitely.
I've been
of crashed.
I've been
Yeah.
early too, man. Just, dude, I'm running out of steam. Fuck. You know what I mean? What can I
Yeah,
say?
definitely. Most definitely. Shit. That's what it felt like today.
Dr. Masura Imoto. Yeah, that's the doctor that studied Lucky Mike saying in the chat. The doctor that actually wrote a book about positive vibration and changing the structure of water molecules.
Water,
Because everything's, you know, got water in it. So
water memory.
yeah. I read that. I didn't read the book. I read an article about it. And I made a video on it
That's
a long
actually-
time ago.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
What?
Well, didn't mean to cut you off there, Bingus.
No, go ahead,
Sometimes I
please.
forget to mute myself there, brother.
Sorry.
I actually seen a study not so long ago, just kind of adding on to what you guys are saying, that that will be a thing sooner or later, that they have actually found that water does have a usable memory for information. They're trying to tap into being able to use it as a memory source for your computer.
What?
Yeah.
That's like Matrix shit, you know?
We're
Yeah.
starting
It
to
was
link
really interesting.
truth. Like there's never really been a good explanation for gravity. And I think some stuff that I read recently, it's the spiraling energy towards source of anything that's living. I went, huh, that kind of makes fucking sense, you see? And that would also explain why there's no real scientific, there's no way to nail that down scientifically. And, but that's been the best explanation of gravity that I've ever heard. It's a spiraling draw towards the one, which we all originated from. Huh. A little woo-woo
That
for
is-
us.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Because how do you measure that? You are that. You know, it's
So how do you use that to calculate stuff like landing on the moon and
Don't know.
going to Mars and stuff? That's the problem with some of that. Like Einstein actually still has to my understanding, still has the best, mathematical understanding of what gravity. I mean, the forces of gravity, but like you say, we don't really know exactly what it is.
They're now
We can come up with these ideas of possibly how it works, and then you see how it lines up. You know what I'm saying, right? Like we landed on the moon, we did some of these other things, like what I mean, satellites.
Or did we?
We understand how satellites go and shit like that, but
vortex
we
mathematics.
landed on the moon, dude. It's not.
Now, have you ever looked into vortex mathematics, which is extremely interesting? But that's the infinity symbol, which is a torus, like a cross section of a torus energy, which is basically a whirl. If you look down on it, it's the yin yang symbol of the whirling black hole, or the what do they call it, the golden mean mathematical equation of how things return to source. It's like, wow, they don't teach us that in school. I mean, it's hard for me to even wrap my head around some of this stuff because it's so against the indoctrinated paradigm that we're all under. It kind of just like throws you off a little bit.
Oh yeah.
We're
I like the statement. I think it's John Kemp. I heard say it, and I think it's a quote from somebody else. But it's the problem often the problem is not in what we don't know, but it lies in what we think we know, and it just isn't so. And I think there's a lot of like wisdom to that too, because there's a lot of shit, especially about like origins of life and like a lot of these things that we don't fucking know. And the problem, I think, a lot of times lies in what we think we know, and it just ain't so. And that's where like shit don't make sense, because you're getting told something that ain't so. You know what I mean?
What's that joke? We're kind of like mushrooms. They keep us in the dark and feed us shit.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was an old saying. Definitely.
Fibonacci sequence, right, Buddha boy? I got chat up. Good to see you guys. I'm not even close to my keyboard, but I'm watching chat. I figured a way to pop chat out, which I don't know why I haven't done that before. And that way I can pop chat out and have it right next to the Zoom screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Explain yourself.
the three dots at the top, it should say pop out chat somewhere.
I mean, it's kind of like that. Like some of the evolutionary icons are absolute bullshit. Like the whole ape to man icon, that marching parade. Scientists have known for years that that's absolute bullshit, but they still post it up there, and you know what I mean. They still put it out there as propaganda for everybody, knowing damn well that it's bullshit. You know, and it's like that to me. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. You know?
Well, they really use the shotgun approach and, blow as much spaghetti on the wall as you possibly can, and hopefully some of it will stick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of it's really a piss poor way to manage thoughts and ideas. But, the other thing is, if you look at the populace, right? It's only been in the last, 100 years that the population has gone up dramatically. And you have to ask yourself, why? I mean, because if you go back, I mean, humans have been here a lot longer. I mean, you go back to 1500s or even further back, there weren't that many human beings, which means the natural selection between men and women were few, which could mean we're all fucking related to a much larger degree than we actually are recognizing. Okay. And so it's like I started thinking about that. I mean, because, dude, I mean, today, of course, we're 8 billion, right? Sure, there's plenty of people to choose from to mate with and to have offspring with. But back in, like, let's say 1700 even, not so much. And not only that, it was fairly localized. So I don't know, I get on these genetic fucking trends where my mind just starts wandering because there's such a correlation between cannabis and humanity and every other genome, that's out there, which is numerous. And it's all related. It's crazy. Sorry. I went off again. Oh my
No, you're
God.
fine. Not related like common ancestry related, but related like, operating on the same DNA type platform. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's
And
almost like an operating system.
thank you. Yes, exactly. To this,
The ISO.
the prism, yeah, or the paradigm that we're all agreeing to experience. I mean, it can be, I mean, you can consider it I mean, you have service to self and service to others, right? And you really need both. But that creates the division, the yin and the yang. I mean, you got to have the negative and the positive to actually know that either one exists, right? It should be simpler than we've been led to believe. And I think that what you were saying, Smiley, we're so indoctrinated in the given paradigm with whomever is in charge wants us to think that it's so much effort, even though it may be simpler to learn. It's just that effort, that learning curve that we don't want to go through to learn how simple it is to operate this. Actually, I'm understanding that we are we're in a multi-dimensional vehicle. We just don't know how the fucking, I mean, it's like we're in like a Tesla vehicle that's from the year 3000. And we're like, how do we fucking work this thing? I mean,
No operation manual.
yeah. It's like, what the fuck? And not only that, we got a guy that's,
How do you turn this thing on?
well, you turn on the radio and it's a constant, this is how you run the machine. This is how you run the machine. And you get it going at about a 10% fucking capacity and it's backfiring and shit, I mean, and you're still trying to make, I don't know if this guy's telling me correctly, I'm at a 10% capacity or what the fuck? How do I get to 50 or 60 or fucking 100. That'd be nice. Let's see how fast this motherfucker can go, you know? But no, we're
You seen that movie Lucy, right?
oh fuck, I love that movie. Man, I watched it.
That's yeah. I just watched that the other day, and the fact that you were going on to that. How do you get? Yeah, if you, I just want to get to 40%. You know?
Give me an extra percent. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, I filled up my tank today. God dang, I thought I was taking out a second mortgage on my house.
Oh, how much was it up there in Oregon?
It's $4 almost.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the prices lately because I haven't driven for a couple of months. You know, so
Guy goes, you guy looked on the tank, right? He goes, you want your receipt? I go, I'd rather not. It's okay.
give me anxieties.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I got to glance at it. That was enough. I don't need to internalize it.
Right.
So I went home and grew more weed. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Inflation.
So I took my my jelly bean to 12 weeks.
And
Probably wasn't a good idea
oh, why?
because she wanted to live.
Oh, okay.
A little pollen on you, did it?
Little nana or two.
Yeah, I dropped her, you know, 4 or 5 days ago. You know, just got her dried up today. I didn't even trim her. I just washed her up and put her into the container after the herbs now dryer to dry it up. And when I was trimming her up today, I go, "What the hell is this? What the hell is this?" So yeah. And as I'm looking through my flower the last couple of days, I've noticed some oranging going on my leaf or on the pistils. And I said, "Oh shit!" So it looks like she pissed all over the room.
Nah.
So
they weren't really nanners. You got some real flowers going there.
I'm not happy about that. That really upset me because that was the
And
very
somebody that's
last.
separating seeds right now. I can believe that.
She was the last jelly bean I had coming through, and I wanted to run her, you know, pretty long, just to see. And you know, I'm getting some good hits off her. I must say, she's giving me some nice hits, but I don't know if the hit she's giving me in my garden is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
What was it? And is it Mr. Soul? Rick?
Yeah.
What he was saying, and I have to agree. I mean, if it does have that tendency, it's in there.
Yeah. I mean, but it was on its 12th week when I took her down.
But I still contend that you can make any plant throw a male flower or a nanner.
Yeah.
You let it go long enough.
Yeah. So but I really enjoyed his philosophy on what he's doing. And he's doing it at a commercial level where you have to have stability or you will get your socks sued right off you.
Yeah.
That's he's doing it. And that's also why I think, you know, it's wise for him not to wander too far from that which you know is good. You know what I mean? Because especially when you have a market that's willing to take probably as much as you can produce of it. You see? And that's what the bean market, that's what it's all about, is volume. At that level, also, what a great way to test the stability of the product. I mean, if you got, you know, hundreds of thousands of seeds out there and you're getting reports back, fuck, dude, you're shaving off years of effort and testing and what have you. So That was very, very great interview, Eagle. Thank you.
So Bingus,
Yes, most definitely.
I was gonna say on your late nanner thing though, so much like a like during bud development. Can you hear me all right, or is it?
No, I can. Yeah.
Because like during bud development, the pollen sacs actually develop as well. So, like from the time you actually see the little football there till the time it's kind of wanting to crack open and really dump pollen. I mean, do you think them things are leaking pollen along the way? Because I remember some of the old heads, like when I first started growing, they were like, you want to ID that motherfucker with a magnifying glass and get it the fuck out of that room before, I mean, they acted like by the time you saw an actual pollen sac, you already were fucked. You know what I mean? Like that thing was already doing its.
I've never experienced that. Okay. It has to actually mature in order to have the pollen get released. But when I see a full-fledged flower, I'm usually like, okay, you're out of here. I mean, you're leaving the room. And I'll put it in a tent if I want to play with it. But if I see a nanner, I generally don't fuck with it because the nanners are so greasy with, I guess, trichomes that it doesn't spread. It stays local. And those are the ones I look for, quite frankly, if I'm going to do it,
The mail slips by me. I actually will fucking go get me like a construction bag and gently like work it over that motherfucker before I actually try to grab the plant, start shaking it to remove it from the garden. I'll try to cover it before I move it, just to eliminate a little bit of problem, as much as I can of a possibility of a problem.
it's all part of the fun, in my opinion. I mean, if you're growing, especially if you're doing varieties, and especially if you're rotating, you're going to have those things occur probably frequently.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm going to have some new strains again.
There you go.
or cultivars, I guess. I guess I could call these strains because it wasn't expected.
Dude,
They're
I
more like a
really
virus.
first I heard that word. Cultivar. I was like, oh my
Cultivar.
God, we're getting into the I don't know.
Yeah, it's because I was going through today just wondering how far did it get, right? All the way on the opposite side of the tent. There's a little plant over there, and it's already starting to form little nuggets down at the bottom. And I'm just like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's
So it literally, it dusted my whole tent. Yeah.
I can't say that's not happened to me because it has more than once.
Yeah. Not happy. Not happy. Of course, I got another tent down the room that's not affected at all. So that's good.
I'm learning again, always, to pay
Agreed.
pay close attention. I'm doing a lot more leaf stripping, which is a lot more work, really. But you learn a lot more. I mean, I'll go in there and I'll spend at different times during the day when I'm, feeling it, I'll go in there and start taking off leaves. And you start noticing deficiencies in nutrients. You start noticing soil displacements where you're not getting complete even watering distribution. You start noticing how strong a branch may be this run where it wasn't as last run. I mean, you just start seeing all these different things that really adds to the overall knowledge and acceptance of the plant as the plant is teaching you. You see what I mean? And it's like, it's almost now I go, okay, what can you girls teach me today? I mean, taking that attitude instead of, all right, let's see what I gotta fucking get done today, right? But I have the time now that I've been retired now since, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. So it takes a while to get out of that working class mentality where it's like, all right, I'm going to go in there at 8 o'clock, and between 8 and 10, I'm going to do this. And, you know, it's more of let the room guide you. Okay, all right, what's going on today? You know what I mean? And I'm enjoying that aspect of it a lot more than being pressured to hammer things out. Now, I know, dude, I mean, when you're in a situation where you have people waiting and you got, you know, I mean, you got to be pretty regimental about things, but I don't know. I don't have to do that right now. So I'm having fun, basically.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing too, man. I
Yeah.
want to hunt through. Like, so now I have the one male cross to several girls that I've, you know, I mean, that I've had for a while and I know very well. So now, like, my thought is like just trying to learn, looking at for traits, you know what I mean? Popping that next generation and going, okay, I see your mom and you know, and I see the dad and you and whatever, and just kind of getting a feel for what's what. But if my thought is doing that, you know, same male to 4 different strains like that, then I can kind of get a better gauge on what that male's passing along to.
What the influence? Yeah.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
So I don't know. So it's just fun. And then it's like, whatever. I got thousands and thousands of but I don't know, whatever, man. If I get one keeper out of it, isn't it worth it? Like, isn't that like,
Dude, that's what I'm saying too. I mean, that's the chicken, right? So you still invest in, it's an investment. You're investing, then chicken. I mean, it always pays off somewhere.
yeah.
Like today, I'm looking for those seeds of Cilarella 99. I run into some Ghost Train Haze seeds that I haven't popped either. I'm like, oh,
Better get that.
yeah, better get these in the fucking thing. You know,
That's a long cycle one though.
but I mean, fuck it. You know what I mean? I might as well, instead of letting them sit there and become dead, you know.
Right. Yeah. Not viable.
It's just certain strains that I want.
Yeah.
I've wanted to, and then you get sidetracked and you forget that you even fucking have them, you know.
I kind of want to throw a little clone of the Bingus Mile in there with the Jack Skillington run, and then just mail you the seeds. I'll just do a little clone and we'll split up the seeds. It'll be something.
It's
Yeah, have something like what Eagles got. We'll split it up. We'll get like 50 each and fucking whatever.
Oh, there's more than 50 in there, man. There's fucking 400 easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
I believe
Easy.
that. You wouldn't think it either, man. But after the other night of weighing them, I'm just going like, holy shit, you know.
when you pull that plant, you're gonna go, oh, all right.
I've counted my fair share of 5 packs.
Well,
There's
I like it when
definitely a
I
few
pull up
hundred
there.
there.
It's like, oh, wow, all right, there we go. Let's get that. Might have to put 2 ropes around that one to hold it up.
Yeah, it should be fun, man. Especially the DOA project. We'll get enough seeds out there for everybody, and that'll be cool.
Man,
I
that's
was
so
looking
awesome.
at the girl, the mom today, I guess. Right? She's using the dad's. Fucking, I'm like, holy cow, man. This girl's a beast already as far as like possibility for tops and everything. She's a bush already. I'm serious. When I looked at this, I'm like, I might have to just see if I can't find him a little bit smaller one, because you throw another 6 weeks on these girls, man, and you're gonna fucking.
I'll have
You're
one
gonna
full
have some
scrog.
fucking
She'll have one whole
beasts.
4x4, dude, to get popped.
I get, yeah, I believe
Get
it.
some
Look,
seed
these
off
girls,
that.
the way they are right now, if you go put 6 more weeks on these girls, yeah, it'll be 1 per 4x4.
Let's do it.
That's
Man.
awesome.
Yeah,
We'll make sure we got enough. You know, I can send everybody 20 seeds or some shit.
that's yeah. There's a lot of bud space ability already. I mean, the internodal structure.
I can always
it's
trim them back though.
pretty fucking close anyway.
Yeah,
So-
you can always trim them back though, and that's the thing. Like, I actually prefer having a bit bigger girl going into flower than a bit smaller girl. And I know that sounds counterintuitive to you guys in the tents, but my thought on it and the way my style of doing it, I can lean a big bitch over and I can slide the pot, outside of the 4x4 if I have to. You know what I mean? I'll slide that pot right over and lean that bitch right into the 4x4.
They smack her on the ass one direction or the other, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's something not everybody, you got to have the space to do or whatever, but there's ways to handle big girls outside of trying to chop them down or bust them in half or do whatever, like, yeah, I'm kind of cracking her and stressing her because I'll push them right at a 45-degree angle to get them under there. But, and you'll hear some of the
Oh,
ribs
yeah.
popping and snapping and whatever, but they fucking rock, man.
I'm actually surprised you as many scrogs as you've run right now. I'm surprised that your nets aren't floating. You know what I mean? Just suspended, so you can drop your plants under there, lower the net down, and fucking just kind of work things in as you lower the net.
That would be helpful because I gotta sit there and like hold it myself on hands on either side and like, you know what I mean? Try to work some of the taller tops through the netting and shit. Like, that is a pain, but I don't know, man. The PVC actually is pretty light, so without the legs on there, probably the plants would probably just push it right up. They'll hold it half the time. They'll just hold it right up, like. And some of the rows
Well, you could wait it.
would pull it right up off the ground. It's not even touching.
If I let them grow a little longer, they hold the weight better. I mean, you get a little thicker stems and you get a little better nugs out of it as well. I like to let mine get as big as possible. And I will adjust the height from the floor up versus from the lights down. So like if I have a plant that needs to get up, or I have one right now that's it's above the lights. It's so fucking big. I'm like, oh, okay, I got to drop you down, which I have the room to do that. Right. But I know the bud's going to just be massive. So I'm like, yeah, So I used to take them in small and then rely on the stretch, right? But then everything gets all floppy. And if I let them get thick, like I'll keep them in a cup for quite a while. They actually get a little bit root bound. And when I take them out of the cup, I massage the roots and put some dust around them and dump them in the bucket, and they just fucking explode. So it's almost a way to keep a reservoir of plants to pull from. You know what I mean? So it's just because of my rotation. Green fingers, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Plus, you can always, like on a bigger plant, like I said, you can always trim them back too, to where like,
Plenty of clones.
yeah.
Plenty of clones.
Well, finally, let's see here. Oh, some pretty girls over my shoulder there. But
Yeah.
that girl over there, that one over my other shoulder,
Yeah.
that one's got your name on it already.
Uh-oh. What's that one?
See, that's the one that's coming to you, brother. The one that's over this shoulder.
Looks like
Red.
it's a flower.
See?
Oh, I see it now. Okay. I was gonna say the one I see is over in the flower. It looks like, but
Oh,
That's no.
the other
That one.
yeah, that bitch is big.
That single bush behind me, right there. It's, unless, like I said, I did find one that was a little bit smaller, maybe half.
Bring it. I'll tame that bitch.
What?
Come on.
You want that big girl, huh? Like I said, man, there's she's got a lot of branching going on inside. So when you fold her up, man, she will fill a net. Let me tell you that right now. So that's what I mean.
Cheers.
This one right here is your other possibility. That one or that one back there.
Whatever, probably the littler one. I mean, yeah, the other ones I've already transplanted are about like a foot and a half eagle. So what's
That's
up,
some,
Tim?
What's up, green fingers?
Cheers.
These here are Columbiums that were flipped that were like half that size. They were only like a foot or so when I
Okay.
first done. It's been heavy defoliated. So Expect a boom. And with Gigi, hello. How you doing, sir?
HWGG.
Cheers, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Welcome in.
Thank you. I'm just rolling a joint,
Nice.
and then I'll show you my beautiful fade that's going on. So everyone's smoking tonight.
Well-
Seated citrus laser.
That's a tongue twister. That's a tongue twister.
And I'm smoking some seeded jelly bean.
I think that's plagiarism.
Not actually. No, it's accidentalism.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ran her 12 weeks and she ended up getting frisky. Let's just say that.
She had a little hermaphy.
I don't know. There might have been a little bit of a light leak at the end or something. I
Okay.
remember a couple of those, but I don't know what happened. It's just one of those things where it's like
I
I'm.
just gave her the tip. That's all. Like
Yeah, I said I'll just put the tip in, baby.
those ones.
That's it. It's just a tip, honey. Really, it's okay.
It won't hurt.
It didn't work.
Uh,
Yeah, the pull it out quick technique doesn't always work every time.
By the mid-plan B.
yeah.
Tired of that.
Yeah.
I really like the guest you had on there, Eagle, that was talking about breeding, making seeds, and hermaphrodation, and versus hormones. That was an interesting show.
Mr. Silver.
Mr. Souls.
Yes, that's his
super
name.
smart, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
No, that was an
He's
awesome
smart.
episode.
That guy's smart like a rocket scientist or something, right?
Yeah.
Nuclear
He put it in
physicist.
layman terms, though, that we could understand.
And how, I mean, there's got to be some kind of divine luck involved to find that stability that he has found. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, you can look for years and not find that. So, I mean, he obviously was smart enough to look in the right crevices and cracks to find the strain that he's developed into a very stable moneymaker, basically. And that's his livelihood, really.
Cindy 99.
It can take a while to find that strain you're looking for.
There's a nice little blanket of weed right there.
Yeah, she's starting her fade quite nicely. Some of these in the front here are purpling nicely.
Very nice. I like to see the fall colors because then you know it's you're doing it right, really.
Yeah, she's a pretty big girl. All these are. Nice fades. What is your guys' opinion on flush while I have you here? I watched the thing the other night. They were saying flush has been shown scientifically not to do anything to minerals, terpenes, or THC.
I think it costs $0.25 to use the bathroom and $1 if you, or $0.25 to flush and $1 if you don't. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're using salts, which I do, you want to flush.
Yeah, but they showed even using salt or organic that it doesn't change the actual metals. It doesn't change the THC. It doesn't change the terpenes. They did like actual scientific tests that had to be authorized and approved and all that other fancy crap.
That could very well be true. I do it primarily to keep it from burning. Okay, because you get a buildup at 8-9 weeks, you'll start getting a buildup and it will burn the plant right in the bucket right at the end when you're going, hey, wait a minute.
I could see that.
There could be an argument to be made too about water stress at the end. So a
True.
lot of guys that are really trying to hammer them with a heavy runoff, you could almost quantify that as like a water stress. And
Well, you can drown them. You can drown them because at the end they're not drinking as much, so you can go overboard. You can't.
Yeah, but basically, essentially, what you'd be doing is like a drought stress. So I mean, a lot of that's almost like some kind of a crop steering technique, almost too, a little bit. You know. Or maybe it's serving an underlying purpose of that. Is what I'm getting at. Not intentional, but that's a side effect. So like, excuse me, in the bro science days, like you know, I mean, in the bro science days where we didn't have white paper studies and shit like that, we were just, you know what I mean, guys were doing it and going, holy shit, like, you know, I don't know what caused it, but I noticed a difference. So like, I think that's a lot of it too. But there's
For
guys that'll
me, I
swear
kind of
that.
always go ahead, Smiley.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
say, but
finish
there's
up.
guys that'll swear by the white ash from the flush. So
You know,
Mhm.
I've heard
White
from a
ash.
reliable source that I trust that said that if the nutrition program that you're running actually suggests that you have to flush out because they're the ones that were putting together the feed schedule for you, then they're expecting a buildup of nutrients, and you should probably not go with that company because it should be based for a cannabis regimen, and you shouldn't have to be flushing out excess. It should be, if it's been laid out, then it should balance. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't at one point be in excess of something that you have to flush out. My opinion towards flushing towards the end, it couldn't hurt to give it a couple of days, a couple waterings. But in my honest opinion, I kind of agree with him with Gigi here that if you let the plant go long enough to where it's actually going through its own senescence, dying off, it does shut off. It's just like in soil. You're not fucking flushing the soil. You're not even attempting to. What happens to the plant and soil? It just gives up. I'm done. I don't
Yeah,
need
it
this
just
anymore.
stops drinking.
yeah,
you
it just
know.
stops taking what it doesn't need at that point, right? I mean,
To some extent, though, but I mean, like even in an organic setting, if I were to come at that with some kind of I don't know, a nitrogen source mid flower, late flower, you're definitely gonna fucking
If
you'll spike them and get a response. I mean, there's guys that can do. You can do that with chicken manure real quick, like a heavy fast acting nitrogen. You'll get them.
isn't that its natural? I mean, especially a female, is to get through its cycle, hopefully to get seeded, die, and do it again. I mean, that's kind of, but yeah, I mean, if you change the light cycle, I mean, re-vegging and all that, I mean, sure. Or if you spike it with something, I mean, because that's, again, it's signaling it to do something else other than what it's naturally wants to do, which is to die, I think. I've never had too much luck with re-vegges. I mean, I've accomplished it, but again, with the hempy bucket, see, again, everything's situational. I have to flush by week 7, 8, 9, because the ppms get too high and it'll burn. All right. And it's also strain dependent. I have to keep an eye on which strain is telling me when to flush. All right. But that's just because I burnt so many of them.
With that being said, though, Bingus, because you're in 100% perlite and you are the regiment, I'm sure as you go along that you're pulling back through throughout when you're gonna finish. So I'm sure 6,
Well, I only
7,
go half strength. I go half
you're a little
strength.
bit less than you were last week.
No, I
and
just go
7,
half
8,
strength. I
even
go
more or
half-
less.
Yeah, but see, then that's complicated. No, I go half strength from the get-go.
All the time.
All right, all the way, and it builds up naturally as it just kind of does it naturally on its own. And then I cut it off at when it tells me to. It's usually the last week-ish, right? But I have a couple strains that'll go, ugh, and then I'll test the ppms. I'm like, oh fuck, we're like 1200. And I'm like, all right, so I'll flush it. I'll take it over to the sink and I'll blast it about 3 times to get it down to about 600, and then I'll let it go on its way. But that's the beauty, in my opinion. See, I have that control over what I'm doing because it's an inert medium that I can test. It's a pain in the ass. I gotta pull the plant up and drain it out and test the fucking shit, you know, and all that. But at least it gives me an idea. And then in the future, when it happens, since I've tested for it, I already know, okay, it's doing that again. So now I just go through my procedure to correct it. But that's my situation. You know, every situation is slightly different. And when it comes to flushing, I think that's gonna be situational, very situational. Plus white ash, it's been scientifically proven that there's so many variables involved to cause that, that it's not a consistent way to grade your wheat. I mean, whether
Like
it's
seeing it being
superior or not.
I like seeing it.
I like to see it too, but there's things that can contribute that aren't necessarily bad to making it not pure white, right? So it's whatever. I mean, again, situational. You know, that's why.
So I don't understand that. What do you mean? White ash is not good, you're saying?
No,
It's
it's
good.
not necessarily the mark. Like you
Not
can have
bad.
high
Oh,
quality,
okay.
or maybe
It's
it's
not something you can base purity on, or if you've cleaned it out. He's saying there could be many variables of what would cause
Okay.
that white ash.
Yeah.
Totally understand now. Yep, got it.
Yes. sir.
I think more emphasis needs to be put towards situation. What's your situation? You know, and those that have been through a variety of different situations over their growing experiences can have very good input. Right? Those that haven't are going to have input about their type of situation.
right.
And that's fine. You know,
No, that's definitely it, man. Everybody's situation is different. That's why I like talking about different things, because like
absolutely.
somebody might go, "Oh fuck, I never thought of that," or whatever.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ideas that you can adapt to your situation that you haven't thought of, right? I mean, that's to me, I mean, I've learned, dude, just hanging out with you guys, I've learned so much.
I love DG's training technique, man. That fucking canopy is like, all them buds are almost identical too. That's
Very nice.
man. Oh yeah.
Appreciate it, man. These are definitely some monsters.
Yeah, I like that
So-
though. Like each top is, you know, uniform and like similar height,
It makes
similar
me miss
size.
monocropping.
Makes it easy.
That's not a monocrop though, is it? Him?
Yeah.
It is.
You'd have to give me the definition of monocrop.
I thought you said there was a couple different ones in there.
These are all the same strain. We're talking about training in general. I just topped twice. Once down to 3 and then removed 1 and then retopped the 4 that were remaining. There's 6 plants in here.
Spiders under there though, man. So
But you obviously have your smaller center ones, you know, they're not all exactly the same size. You have your 8 primaries that came from multiple toppings, and then you have all your inner ones. But if anything I learned from this grow, because this is probably one of my better grows, if anything I learned is to stop tying my plants down all the way. I used to, like, even when they were little, you know, you tie them down like this, but then if you look from the side, you have no canopy. I found it better to actually, so if this was straight up and you want to solve the problem of it being too tall, you can actually just like elbow it. So you're going to bring this in, this down. So now when you look from the side, you still have your canopy, and now you just lollipop this whole elbow. I used to do this crap where you like tying it straight down to the pot and never letting it lift off, when you can just bend that and elbow it.
I was just gonna say, man, most plants that arm would have just fell right down. That's a big ass bud on the end of that. It's just
Yeah,
that's nice.
to put it into perspective. Pretty big girl.
It's a big ass bud, man. Forearm for sure. Nice work.
Thank you, man. Gets better every time, right? We just keep learning and growing together.
Like next time, you'll probably remove a little more of them leaves. And
Right? Yeah. You're wanting me to remove leaves. You forced me on camera. You said remove it.
It was fun, wasn't it?
No, yeah.
Smiley does that to everybody.
Kick that bitch. Pull her apart.
Only when needed.
I agree. all those yellow ones right there. As we're talking still, I'd have pluck all of it. All of it.
I've been thinking about plucking the yellow ones, but I kind of want to wait till I make a video update this week on them. But if you notice, this one doesn't want to fade at all. This is why I'm kind of thinking some of this might even be a lighting issue, but it started like 5 days after I cut their feed. So I don't know.
You got that one bar down the middle or something, right? Like there's a UV or something.
Yeah, you got it's not on because I don't want to lose sperm count, but I'll turn it on.
No, you don't have to. I was just wondering if that
Right there.
plant was under the bar or closer or further
Mm.
away.
Yeah, she's on the corner, but that bar is kind of centralized between the 4 and then centralized between the 4. But it seems like, if you remember last time I was here, I was saying she had a little bit of light burn on her. It definitely seems like the light is more directed this way.
Yeah.
You can kind of see with the fade, but I don't know if that's lighting or fading or kind of a mixture of both. So it's been a mystery.
Yeah, I wonder. It's interesting though.
It's just interesting. It's kind of concentrated over here with the fade, and that's also where the high micro mold
Old
were.
spot maybe.
But it can also be because there's more micro mold over here. Yeah, the spot is at kind of the microclimate. She might be able to aspire more. She is the biggest, so she probably did get the most micro molds, and this one isn't really aspiring much. Like, that's not even her bud. That belongs to this lady.
Starting to go though, it looks like. Ain't she getting like a lighter green? Ain't that? Or is that just color wash?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said looks like she's starting to go though, like fade.
Well, a little bit. A little bit, but she's just slower. Here's maybe one, but
Are those all different phenos of the same strain, or are they all?
they're all the same strain, different phenos. Like, some of these are doing some purple fading. She's about the only one that actually smells like the original Blue Gelato 41 I remember. The rest of these have almost like I want to say like a sweet citric smell, while she kind of kept her fruity smell. It's weird. Definitely multiple phenos in there.
So yeah, you
Like
got
this
different,
small but sugary.
got
Seen
different,
people
slightly
over
different
flush
expression
doing
between
their crop.
Yep, that makes
Take
sense.
them too far.
These are coming down in about
hungry.
5 days. As you can see, she is much smaller. Like, if I put her up against my arm, you see she's a much more stickier plant, and she's just made up for it with sugar.
Were they all clones, or are they all from seed?
These are all from seed.
So they're all different. They're expressing different phenocharacteristics throughout the tent.
100%.
I think
Even
that's
in
what you're saying.
even when they were young, she came up. This one over here came up with a much larger fan leaf than everybody else. She just was completely different, and she's also one of the larger yielders.
But there's enough uniformity, you see, to keep the height. Everything's very uniform.
Oh, they had no option. Like I showed last time, I think all of these been super cropped about 7-8 times in different spots.
Gotcha.
If they stretch, they get snapped. But again, I don't snap them to the point that I'm separating my internodal spacing. I'm snapping it from the
Right.
lollipop and then just elbowing it so you drop that height.
Right on. Right on, guys. I'm gonna take this long rep. I think it's 4:20 somewhere, but I gotta go to bed. Great
What time is it?
319. Yeah.
Well, it's almost 12:20 here on the West Coast.
3.
I don't even think Miss Greenfingers has said hello.
I said cheers when Smiley said it. Smiley said cheers. I said cheers. Or somebody said cheers.
Good to see all you boys.
Probably Miss-
Green fingers, you're always doing everything, man. I mean, it's like a 3-ring circus over there. You know,
It's like a 4-ring
call it
circus.
Barlin Bailey's garden. You know what I mean? It's constantly rolling. Eagle Man, always great to see you, brother. And Hemp with GG, great job, man. And Johnny, always pleasure. Smiley, dude, you're rocking it. Seeing that and seeing the biggest smile in your garden just makes me smile to no end, buddy. So Smiley's garden, what a perfect chat. Good to see everybody. Good night, And
Nice.
I'm making mistakes and plugging on.
well, dude, me too. Me too.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to the club, buddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep living, laughing, and learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
that was a good hit.
definitely think that picture that I grew some. I had to clip it a little bit because it initially said the wormhole, and it's got the hole standing in front of everybody. But that picture still works very well for the Weed Nerd World cover there. That one I grew some fucking.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah, the drawing. Yeah, that was a good one.
It's got all the gromies in it. And he kept adding stuff into it too. So it might even be better now.
Mr. Bingus, in the background there. See, he's got Bingus just ripped in the background.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the giant.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bingus has got some huge biceps.
The big green giant Bingus.
Yeah, he's the huge giant holding up other people and shit. Fucking- Yeah, you're all ripped too with the sword. Sword that.
Boy, that last hit kicked my ass. I mixed it up with a little Gondog Mimosa and into that jelly bean. I got to admit though, Eagle, the jelly, it danced up big time on underneath the spider farm. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm liking the way it smokes too, because it seems to have given me a better hit. You know, which
What do you
is
mean
awesome.
better? Like, oh, okay, like a softer hit. Okay.
Yeah, it was. Well, I grew it under a couple of different lights, and
Same strain from seed or clone?
from clones, all of them,
Okay.
same seed.
Yeah. Solid
So
genetics.
yeah. So well, yeah, jelly bean.
Mhm.
You know. So anyways, it never did give me a real frost on it. It gave me stickiness, but it didn't really show the frost. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. And it was softy smooth. It didn't have that gritty kind of feel or a real sticky stick to the trichomes. But most of the buds were more airy. They weren't as dense as what this one here grew. So I'm really excited about
Yeah, I've seen
trying some of the top colas. Because what I'm smoking right now are just little pieces. You know.
What do you think the airiness came from?
What's
Just
that?
genetically firm, or was it like a heat? What do you think the airiness came from? Just like genetically how their cortex is formed, or was it more like stress or heat or lighting issue? What do you think
Well,
caused the airiness?
I am in the desert, so it definitely could have
There
been
you
a
go.
heat issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with a lot of extra heat at a regular. Mine are normally at 84 degrees.
Oh wow, that isn't terrible, but yeah, I panic usually around 81, but
Yeah.
84 isn't bad.
Well, I mean, it's hot.
But
It's
I have
hard
had
to
some
keep
stuff.
it. It's hard to keep it low, and that might have something to
Desert.
do with the fact that it has been cooler the last month. You know, so that could have something to do with the fact that it densed up too. But
Yeah.
at the same time,
Absolutely is.
I had other cultivars that were actually densing up under the same lights. So
Yeah. It may just be those cultivars can't handle the heat as well. When you have plants like that can't handle heat, they'll tend to try to open up their bud to aspire more and cool themselves.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking it was. And so
Yeah.
nevertheless, this one here came out nice. I'm happy about it. The only thing I'm not happy is that I ran it a little over 12 weeks, and it popped a few beans out at the bottom, at the base.
Yeah, what do
So-
they call those? Last minute, last ditch seeds,
Yeah.
last ditch. Oh, they call them something like that. Last ditchers.
Yeah, and at the same time,
Plant pretty knows it's gonna die.
it did that to the rest of my plants too. So
Oh, okay. So everybody kind
somehow,
of.
yeah, so somehow that kind of spread through every single one in my 4x8, which is kind of a bummer. But at the same time, maybe I'll find something out of it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, listen to that episode about breeding, and you'll be able to breed in no time. That was a good
Well,
episode.
shit, man, I've got,
I never thought I'd get into it.
I probably got 8 different cultivars inside that tent that are going to be, you know.
Now, do you have a flower? I see you have two. Oh, there are one tent, right? Do you have a flower section? Because that's what I'm afraid of. By having like a tent, I play with pollen and everything in that. It's somehow going to spread into my exhaust into my other tent, and then it'll be everywhere. How do you
Well,
contain
no,
that?
I have
Yours was accidental.
yeah, mine was accidental completely.
Yeah.
I have
It wasn't playing.
isolation tent in a completely different room with a completely different, well, the air system, the way my air is in the house, I have a swamp cooler. So I have windows open in different house parts of the house. So it's always blowing out. It's never going into the same room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when the room,
Yeah, I got all
each
my
different
tents in
room,
order.
yeah, I have 3 different rooms that I have tents in. So they're all on their pretty much own air system, kind of,
Lucky bastard.
in a way. Not really. When it gets to be cold, I will have to rethink the way I do things because I can't swamp cooler during the wintertime.
I got all my hoses during the winter. All my exhaust hoses, I pull them into my house. It's free heat.
Yeah,
need
I'll
it,
tell you
Tommy?
what. What's that?
I said, do you need it cool in the winter?
No.
It's still that hot?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
right
God.
now I still got my swamp cooler just blowing air.
Well, you said
Just
you
to-
didn't know what you were going to be able to do in the winter because you weren't going to be
Well-
able to use the swamp cooler.
Well, yeah, the thing about it is right now is my tents are, these lights are keeping my house warm. I haven't
Right.
turned on my gas yet.
Can you
You
throw a book or something over the register and stop at least forced air from coming in that room for starters?
Or put tape like I did. I put some tape.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's just HVAC tape. It can handle high heats. But I poked a stem
Yeah.
through it, so now I have a hole in it.
Yeah, it's the aluminum tape.
You know, all my hoses are out of the window now. You all right? A little heartburn?
It's diverticulitis. It's just one of those things that happens. It's kind of like a heartburn thing, but it's kind of painful.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Just one of those things that I got to
Must be
live
a
with.
joint.
Yeah, that's one of the issues why I smoke my weed is because of that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Frosty, or not Frosty, Eagle, when I was first on the show, he asked me a question. I always thought about it, and it really got me thinking about marijuana, about how he said it was just legalized a little too quick. He wishes there was a little more medical put behind it. And the more I thought about it, the more I agree, because it's looked at as like something you have after work when it's really a medication some people need to go to work. And kind of legalizing it so quick, I got to agree, kind of put the stigmatism on cannabis. So you stuck with me.
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying you stuck with me. You got me thinking on shit.
appreciate that, man. I do, man. I'd hate to see the medical value of it get put in the back seat when the what should be in the back seat is it's also wreck, or you know what I mean. Well, it ain't gonna hurt you if you use it anyway, but it's good medicine. You know what I mean? That should be
Yeah.
the side effect. Recreational, then medical falling in behind it all.
And
It
the
shouldn't
side
be a
effect
t-shirt.
is
You
makes
know what
you
I
feel
mean?
good.
At the point it comes fucking where cookies is your medicine. Ask your doctor. I'm worried. I'm completely worried.
Uh,
Oh man, that is
yeah.
so
We're all
true,
stuck on this
Eagle.
THC thing.
I don't even care about the THC. I'm going for the smells that I get off of it and the way it makes me feel. I don't even know what my THC level is. You know,
Yeah,
as
I
far
look
as
more
that
at like
goes.
terpene charts. Like
Yeah,
Luminol is good
the-
for mood stabilizers. Like Blues 1141 is good for pain and inflammation because it has some long C word of terpenes. Looking at a terpene chart changed the way I fix my brain.
yeah, the only testing I've had is I sent some down to well, allegedly Jack tried some and you know, he gave me some kind of like a review, you know, which was nice. And what is that there, Eagle?
That's what I'm fucking de-seeding right there. Look how frosty them beans are, though. You can actually see
I can see
giant
the seeds.
trichomes.
Yeah.
Giant trichomes on them seeds. That is the chilumbium times the citrus blazer there.
Oh,
This
nice.
is the one that initially I didn't think got seeded. The other ones 50 feet away were already showing way more seeds. I thought this one stood a chance, but then fucking out of nowhere, man. Just bloop, bloop, bloop,
It just-
bloop, bloop. That's
I
what
can't
I'm
wait to
saying,
see what I
man.
get out of
This
this
right
next
here,
run.
this right here, I shit you not, is probably about 3 of these. So 3 hunks of this has equaled this so
Oh,
far. And I'm like, it was less than a 2x2 plant. It was
Oh.
one that's the one I told you I threw outdoors earlier this year, and it re-vegged and kind of came back this little itty bitty little thing, and then got pollinated. That's this one right here. It's kind of that little freak that came back, but yeah. So I'm expecting a shit ton of seeds at this rate. I don't believe this vial's big enough.
I gotta zip this tent up. It's going off in a minute.
You don't let yours off gas before you close it?
You talking about where they burp out the humidity and everything?
Yeah.
No, I have been pretty well, but I think we went over how many fans I have in here. My humidity's been pretty good since I cleaned out this shit. I didn't go and do Smiley's ideal of ripping off all my leaves. I'm just joking. He didn't suggest that.
Yeah, he did.
But I took out all this larf that usually hangs out in this second elbow. You know, you kind of do your first lollipop and get that straight, and then you end up with this like weird knuckle of bullshit pushed against the stems. I took out all that and kind of pulled down these satellites, leaving just the heads, again, stripping them. And now you just get that head to dense up, and I was able to get some airflow through here. So
it makes
pretty good.
Difference. Even just that little bit makes a difference.
Yeah, no, there was a pile of it. I mean, a pile of larf. And as we all know, that little handful of larf by the end of your grow turns into a fucking box of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got it all out of there. I'll take the quality over quantity any day.
Exactly.
Still think I'll get like 2 pounds. There it goes. It went off. And I got both my zippers stuck. They should invent something for that. You guys know what I'm talking about with these fucking zippers. Go at the wrong angle and it gets stuck.
Yeah. Well, I know every time before the when the lights are getting ready to come on, I always open it up before it even turns on.
Oh no, I've heard of it, but I've never done it.
I let the air into it before that way the air inside my room and the tent are gonna heat up at the same time.
Would that
Kinda.
work the same in the winter though? If you're gonna purge all your hot air out that you're supposed to be trapping in, is that gonna affect it at
Well-
all by having that large drop?
I'm actually gonna do kind of like what Eagle's doing, as far as splitting up my cycles so that it's running at different times, so that I can heat my house with one of them throughout the whole day, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, same thing
Yeah.
I'm doing. I have 2 flower
Yeah.
tents. One
Yeah,
comes
so-
on at 4, one goes off at 4, and then I have my veg tent that kind of alternates in between.
Yeah. So since I'm coming into the winter time, I'm trying to figure out how to work this out. Since I have
That's
2
great for the
tents this
summer.
winter, you know, that's going to be excellent for reducing the amount of energy I use as far as my gas consumption.
Mm-hmm.
You
No,
know,
it's beautiful.
that way I can just use that for cooking and washing my derriere. You know,
Sir. I find oil heaters work pretty good though. If you need to just heat your lung room or something, the oil heaters, you can put them on a controller because obviously they don't have probes, but you can put it on a controller, then throw the probe in your tent and then just put the oil heater right by the intake. And then because it's metal and oil, it takes like an hour and a half to cool back down. So it doesn't kick on a lot. It retains heat.
I see what you're saying. One of those kind of like radiator looking ones,
Yeah.
right?
I got one right
Yeah, yeah.
here, but they retain heat after they turn off. So your controller only turns it on and off less often than if you had something like forced air. It just
Oh,
retains
that
heat.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
You can buy little
Yeah, but-
baby ones on Amazon, little mini versions.
What is that? What does that run as far as wattage, and how
Well,
much does that use?
1500 watts.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
that.
1500 watts.
See, that's something else I got to be careful with, is because I am in his residential situation, and I haven't done any upgrades, so I have to sparse my energy out to different sections of my house.
this one runs 1500 watts, but I think all heaters run 1500 watts. Look at like the $20 heaters at fucking dollar store. They say 1500 watts, and then you'll have a bigger heater right next to it. Says 1500 watts. Like, what the hell's the difference? Do I need like a science degree to understand this?
That's a max of what they can run.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
The
can buy
bigger
them
one
small.
just- yeah. The bigger one's just going to have different settings. That's all.
So
Okay,
like 15 amps, right?
Yeah.
it's just like the portable ACs. Some people say they're effective, some say they're not. If you don't get a double hose, you're supposedly sucking your cold air back out to push it outside. Some bullshit.
Yeah, I don't have a double hose on mine, and I used it in my tent at one point, and it produced way too much heat, and I couldn't control the temperature, so I piped in the air coming in from the window.
Yeah, did I ever
Cooler.
show you my Cobb Job AC?
No,
I don't use it anymore because obviously it's cold as fuck outside. It doesn't come on. But this is obviously a 4-inch hose that goes into a 4-inch
that's how
inline.
I did it. That's
Goes
how
into
I
a-
did it.
4-inch inline fan, and then runs all the way up over the ceiling, and then into the lung room. But this one
Yep.
pulls from this room, so this one gets the cold air directly from the AC, while the lung room gets it indirectly through an inline. Some Cobb Job shit, right?
No, that's good, man. I like the way you did it. That's kind of how I done mine.
I was gonna ask you, what light do you have in there? Is that the Bloom Plus lights?
Oh no, these are the Spider Farmer 4000s. I got 2 of those in this one here. I got a Bloom Plus 4000 in my other tent,
You said
and
Spider Farm?
I like the way it grows too. You know, I'm not putting it down. I like the spectrum of the Spider Farmer better. That's all.
Yeah, they got some of the far reds in there, don't they? The Spider Farms.
Yeah, they got more. They got more of a spectrum in it. That's all. I mean, it's got the IR and
Yep.
the yellows as well.
Yeah.
And because of those 2 different spectrums within that, I believe that it adds a little bit more to the plant or to the grow of it. You know.
100%. Yeah, I've been playing with the spectrums too. Like UV has been shown to sunburn your plant, but it'll also cause it to protect itself with more resins. And then I looked up the Emerson effect. If you ever want to fall into a light hole, look that up. But that has to do with the red and the far red and something about it multiplying and working together. Yeah, if you want to get in a rabbit hole, go there.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I did clones side by side, basically the same kind of multiple different plants off
Mhm.
of the same seeds. So I did them under the Bloom Plus 4000, as well as doing them separately in a different tent under a Spider Farmer 4000. And I noticed that on my puckerberry, on the puckerberry knockout, that the Bloom Plus gave me more golf balls, nugs, you know.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
and on the Spider Farmer, they connected.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they
that's finding the balance for sure.
yeah, so they had a better nodal disbursement as far as that goes.
Yeah, with your density of fighting stretch, but not only that, with the light spectrum itself. If you have too much
Yeah.
far red, you can cause internodal spacing because it's a shade avoidance. But if you can get something like I believe it's the blue spectrum, will help you decrease that, so you can kind of counterbalance the stretching from the far red.
Reds
Like I
will
said,
give,
kind of
usually give you stretch. Reds usually, fire red will usually make you stretch, give you harder stems.
Yeah, that was the theory that I read when I was looking up this light, because as you see, I have far red and infrared, or UV and far red lights separate. So I didn't know if I was supposed to run them an hour when they come on, an hour when they go off. But the Emerson effect kind of explained it all. But yeah, far red usually makes them think they're under a tree.
660, but if you go over 7, you get the stretch.
Yeah, I've had the best internodal spacing I've ever had, though, by running far red for 12 hours. But then it comes into that weird Emerson effect.
And,
Yeah,
and
I
not
was
only
always
that,
told that you always want to shut your reds off early in flower to
I thought the same
reduce
thing.
the stress.
I
of
thought the same
stress
thing,
there.
but
Right.
they proved it differently.
and not only
Same
that,
reason why
at the,
you want to add the blue, basically, is to give you a little bit more stretch from the HPS loads. When you
Yeah.
intermix the HPS with a metal highlight, you get a little bit more stretch than, a little bit more fuller flower. Same kind of theory, but
Yeah, this is the
LED.
best internodal spacing I've ever seen on any of my grows. It's crazy. I thought I would see a lot of stretching because of that shade avoidance, but
Have you ever
something.
grown that string
Yeah, she
under
stretched last
different
time.
lights?
Yep, I grew her under a fold 8, and I only had one of her, and she stretched like crazy. I was looking back on the pictures, comparing them to these girls, and it could be the fact that I put so much light on them that they just didn't have any ability to stretch up further. But they didn't stretch, even with 12 hours of far red and UV.
The distance of light from the plant plays a factor as well.
Yeah, you see the
Well,
stretch. I mean, there's a
I'd
lot
like
of
to
tight.
I'd like to welcome in Big Jar Gross. I see him
Hey,
in
what's
there.
going on, guys?
Big welcome,
How you doing,
Mr.
brother?
Big Jar. Cheers,
What's going on,
bro.
guys?
Cheers.
See you, man.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, guys.
And the other
Doing,
thing I
man?
noticed,
I just want to put in something about the red spectrum. So I was just listening to this thing. So Emerson, when you say the Emerson effect, that's like the whole like red putting them to sleep thing. But there's an enhancement effect that Emerson actually figured out as well, I guess, too, where so I don't know if it's considered far red, but it's above the 680 nanometer and
Mm-hmm.
below the 680 nanometer. There were two, that was like the dividing line kind of thing. And I think it was like below 680 and above 710 might have even been the two, something like that. But the two run together when you have that extra red spectrum in there, it actually creates an enhancement effect as far as the rate of photosynthesis that the leaves can do. And it's kind of in depth into the electron transfer through the photosynthetic process. But I don't know, it's just pretty interesting that adding that actually is, I mean, that's been known for a while, that there's an enhancement into having, both light in that spectrum, both those spectrums, because it's triggering different photosensors in the, like, whatever. whatever in the leaf.
Yeah, they cooperate in the photosensitive, which is, you pretty much just said everything I read in the Emerson effect, which kind of covered the whole how you can run a far red at that 12 hours, but have everything kind of equal itself. But yeah, you pretty much spit all the lingo that I couldn't pronounce.
Well, I think it's the big problem that they were running into. Not just like blurple lights, but even like, like some of them like really hammering the red spec, and then and you get these weird morphologies and these weird like plant responses. But I think having that spectrum in a balance, like kind of like what you were saying, where the blue in balance with what you're running for that red side, But I think at that split is what I was just listening to, is kind of where they were talking about that. So, I mean,
Yeah,
if you can increase your rate of photosynthesis, of course you're going to have a bigger fruit. Of course you're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. But what about the internodal spacing? That's where I was worried, because everybody told me not to run it 12 hours, and I said, middle finger up to you. I'm going to try it, and I was expecting to have large internodal spacing, and as you see, I got a lot tighter internodal spacing.
Yeah, the UV will do a lot of that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about plant morphology wise. I was just listening to that, and it was like, they were looking at evolution of oxygen actually, but they were kind of using that as a gauge to whether it was increasing photosynthesis or not. And it wasn't a matter of like, if you ran them under the one spectrum, you could get so much photosynthesis, and then you ran it under just the other spectrum, you got so much. But then what they were surprised by is that you thought if you would have put both them together, you would have like, if one was 50 and the other one was 50, you'd have 100 if you put them together. But it's not like that. When you put them together, you get like 1,000. Like there's a big
multiplies differently.
Yeah, there's like an enhancement effect is what they found. So it's not. Yeah, they don't totally know. They didn't totally know at that time why everything was taking place that way, but they found that enhancement effect. And
yep, no, that makes sense, because I remember the chart. It was like showing the nanometers around like 680, and then it was showing the far reds, which were anything over 680 nanometers, and it showed that even though there was a lower percentage of far red, the wavelength within that 680 actually multiplied it by pretty much even. So I definitely appreciate you telling me all that, though, because I couldn't think of all those fancy words you just used. But yeah, that's pretty much how they explained it.
cool.
And those were
Actually worked
old
with a company.
those were old
Sorry, go ahead,
recordings that they did, right? That they went back and
Yes, about
looked at
the
from.
yep.
Actually worked
Yeah,
with a
that's-
company that was using the far reds for PM control. I think it was like a 710. It might have been a little bit higher than that. They were saying to run it along in with your lights, a mixture of your lights, kind of what you're doing there to eliminate chances of powder removal.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen them
that's
use it
cool.
for pests too. UV for pest control.
My concern was me being in the garden so much, how it was going to affect me, the far reds.
Oh,
They
Yeah.
insisted safe, but I'm like,
well, we can't visually see after 700, right? Isn't it like something like that? We can't visually see the light after 700 nanometers.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. As long as you don't plan on having any kids, I think you're okay, Eagle. You just can lower your sperm count a little bit.
Yeah, I'm putting
getting to that
sunscreen
age
on
where I'm
his
fighting to
sack
keep
now.
it up there, man. There's none to spare, brother. There's none to spare.
The jewels have already been gone.
Oh, shit.
That's funny. All right, for PM.
What you smoking on, Big
Big
Jar?
Jar?
This is some cuvee from
Nice.
the cut that I got
Cuvee.
from Spartan. Yeah,
I never heard of that.
yeah, it's quite tasty.
Strain.
Quite tasty.
You know, it's
No,
like what it was
Space
crossed
Queen.
with.
Pinot Noir
I do
times
not.
Space
Eagle
Queen.
probably does. It's sub cool.
Pinot Noir times Space Queen. Yeah, there you go. That's what that is. Cuvée.
Yeah, it's got a,
it's humble.
yeah, it's Tootsie gas, like Tootsie flavored.
Oh,
Gas.
give it to me. Give it to me. Pass that shit.
But
Puff, pass, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right.
There's like a chocolate cherry Cordell.
This is
Pheno,
that
that's
cut.
kind of the one. Yeah,
This is
that's
it right
that
here.
one there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, that's one of my favorite flavors, cordial, right there, the chocolate cordial flavor. Man, that's
It was actually just a couple tester branches. It's still in flower, so I'm gonna go about another week. So I'm gonna take it to the weekend. So I can show it to you guys. Hold on a second. Let's see.
yeah, we've
Yeah.
never done that before.
Yeah. So
You want to see some
All right.
plants?
I'll see some plants. All right, how do we flip the camera?
Yeah.
on?
You show me that plant for me.
All right. So let's see. So this is the cuvee cut.
She looks sugary.
Oh yeah, she is frosty as fuck. Not very big nugs though. Have you grown this eagle?
Fuck yeah.
Is this how yours usually turned out? Just small little tiny nugs.
No. But I don't
Well,
like to get
how
in
long
that
is
kind of
that? That
contest.
isn't
That's why I
finished,
didn't
is
say nothing. Mine finished in 8, 9, 10 weeks is when I like to
Okay.
take mine.
That's not finished, right? How far is that?
This is 54. So I might, like I said, I'll go a week, maybe a little bit more, but yeah, there's a little bit of trichome amber on it. But
You
you're
getting
not
any
getting
more
it.
I go
Sure.
till the hair. I go
Go
till
ahead.
them hairs, them pistols stop reaching. Once them pistols stop reaching, once they start, and then it's start time to.
I got time
Yeah.
to go. And
That's
then
how
this
I've been
is
doing
9
it
pound
lately.
hammer. Oh. This is a chunky bitch here.
Yeah, she looks gnarly.
Yeah, she's still shooting hairs too. She ain't done.
Oh yeah,
She-
no, she's not even close. Not even.
She want to put a little more on for you. Those are some fat ass
Yeah.
sticks you got, man.
And
Make
then,
my sticks.
back here is sparkling lime from Sin City, and yeah, just frosted as fuck as well. Big grenades,
Damn, it looks good.
and then over here is Menage a Delight from Canna Queen.
Uh-oh.
So,
Shoot yourself.
We heard about that one.
Uh-oh.
but yeah, she's getting. I said, this
Have you
nice little
smoked that
pine
one
cone.
yet?
No, I have not. So, and I'm waiting.
Yeah, so be careful. It affects people differently, I guess.
Oh no.
That's what I hear. So,
Big chair.
But
Those
no.
are all under LED too, right?
yeah, I got a 550 R spec.
There you
So,
go.
20 gallon living soil. Basically, however Smiley's growing, I'm pretty much right behind him. I've been learning a lot from him. He's been helping me out a lot. Wormies GR, did a soil test with these. These were, I had a real bad RO issue or water issue where my pH was way out and I'd locked out potassium for probably 2 weeks. So the cuvee cut actually took it the worst. So I do plan on running it again with hopes that it does get much better. So,
that's
but the rest of these did catch up.
How are you testing your pH? Are you doing a slurry or are you trying to get a runoff read?
No, it was just the water. So my water going in was like around 9. So
Oh, you're in. Okay. You're
yeah,
in.
my
flow.
input water was too high. So
Yeah.
I just decided. So I started pH in the water going in and keeping it now down like around 6, 6.5. So, and they definitely, the rest of them definitely turned out a lot better. So
Oh, yeah. I gotta be honest. I can't think of the last time I've done ECR pH test. Guess I'm a
well,
lazy.
I was pretty much the same way, but something was wrong and I didn't know what it was. And then I'd watched a podcast with Chad Westport and it's like, well, if your pH is way high, that will be a problem. And that's just like, well, maybe I should check this because I live in a city, so they're doing water work all over right around my house. And yeah, my input pH is just all over the place. So now
Yeah, I
I'm just
could
checking
see
it
that.
every time. So
You seeing
And,
any like pH fluctuation marks? You'll usually get those on the leaves. A certain way they look, it's just pH
oh
fluctuation.
yeah, I get some twisting and stuff on the veg side a little bit. That's what I was noticing. So, but now everything's definitely straightened out, definitely cleaned up. So
Yeah. I
I'll
use
probably be
bottled
putting in. Yeah, I'll probably be putting in an RO system. It's just I'm not even gonna fuck with
Yeah.
it. So and get it done. So
Mhm.
I had to put one in. Being out here, it's the water is so hard.
How's the
You gotta
maintenance on
change.
those?
It's what was that, Smiley?
you just twist them, don't you?
Yeah.
I was just welcoming Green 13 in.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
June 13.
Cheers.
boy. How's it going?
Hey, there
I'm
it is.
all right.
Yeah.
Big jar grows. My God, it's been a while.
That it has.
Oh,
Were you just running through your garden?
Yep, just a quick little tour. So
Oh,
Yeah.
then on my veg side, I got some Nick Risden's The Works going. I got 3 of those, and then I got just a backup cut of the Cuvée, the sparkling lime, and the 9-pound hammer. So I do not have a clone of the Menage a Delight. Teacher B has both of those clones. It was on her to make sure they stayed alive. So
Oh shit!
and
Throw
she's
her
doing
under the
good.
bus,
She's
dude.
doing very good. She's doing very good with them. So
That's your idea
So-
of making sure it keeps getting. Just keep looking
Yep.
out for that till I
Yep.
get there.
that's it. So
That's
Right,
nice. You're
nice.
giving her a chance
if you
to do some
oh yeah.
do some of that kind of work.
If you hang around with Smiley, you get to find out how shitty your water is in Michigan.
Mhm.
Actually, my water is actually pretty good. The water test is good. It's just the pH just shot right up, and they're just fucking around with it. So I'm like, screw it, just gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Why is this? Is it not well? It's city, is it?
Yeah, I'm in the city, so
Oh shit! Fucking hell.
Yeah, but if it's inconsistent too, that's a big deal.
yep,
Yeah.
it is. I said 1 street over, they're replacing the entire water main. So it's like, yeah, that's fucking with my water. I know it is. They're gonna be doing
Yeah.
that all the rest of winter. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I
you're
s-
gonna
when
have
I
all
when
kinds
I
of
went to
particulars.
AC water, I went to AC water because they put a trench down the middle of my street and started pulling the tubes up, and I could tell that there was a problem. So I tested the water, and it was completely different to how it normally is. Ran that for ages, and then I swapped back to city water, which is super consistent now. That's all been done, and it's back to like pH 6.5 and like just perfect, really.
Nice.
nice.
But of course, again, our whole country is like the size of your state, so we can do it
Yeah.
all with a really wealthy infrastructure, and it just be
Mhm.
good. So now I'm sure it'll be fine. But
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll just install. The nice thing is that right next to my where I grow is my hot water heater, so I'll just pipe right into that with the RO system, and then I got to set up an automatic watering system anyways because I'm gonna be probably week 4 or 5, and I'm not gonna be here for Christmas, New Year's, so I'm gonna be out at my sister's. So I got to figure something out then.
for how many days are you thinking of leaving that? 2 weeks.
10, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's
It should
okay.
be fine. It should
Yeah,
be
it depends
fine.
what
if I don't
stage
get
are they going to
something
be
set
at
up,
in flower?
maybe week 2 or 3. So they're
They're
not going to be. They're not going to be too far along. And if it doesn't look right, I'll just hold it back and put them back in veg and veg them out. It don't matter. I know how to trim things back.
Young, but when you get back though, they'll go through the stretch and be all fucking like full on.
Oh yeah.
If
Yeah,
he can
especially
leave
going all
after
brand-
week 3, that would be good. But then they go and get thirsty after week 3.
Yeah. We'll see. So we'll see how it goes. So worst case scenario, I'll have to talk to the neighbor guy next door. He knows how to grow pots. So have him just come over and just check on things. So he's been growing for 50 years. So he's an old head. So
Oh, cool.
As long as you got somebody you can trust, man, that's what counts.
oh yeah, he's a good guy. So
So, what are your fuel prices like out there in the UK? Green 13.
Well, what like?
Yeah, your fuel, petrol.
Oh, hideous. £1. This is now the highest it's ever been. We just broke the record, and so that's £1.47 or something like that. So like
that's
$3
per liter, right?
But that's liter, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta last week. I flew in on Monday. Gas down there was $3.09. When I left on Friday morning, it was $3.95.
Dang.
It all shot up between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
It's no joke. I don't even want my wife to go to work. It's like the balance is now. It costs too much to go.
Oh, it does. So I work from home, so it's when I went and put gas in my car, it's like, wow, it's been a while.
Yeah.
My wife works local. My wife doesn't drive much, so
Have you guys
it's not too bad.
ever seen I guess it's called fasciation? You guys seen that on a plant before? Look at this weird thing. It's like the nug. Oh God, why am my camera focusing? Hold on, I gotta turn it off. Back on. There we go. But yeah, it makes for a really oblong nug, and then the stem is like super duper thin. I can tell you.
Huh.
It's super thin. It's flat. When I looked it up, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it's called though. When I looked it up, like fasciation or something. Some people call it poly something another. Let's see if I can get it and open.
That's genetic, yeah. That's a
Yeah.
genetic thing.
Where do they
there.
say that's
When
from?
it's got the polyploid.
Polyploid, yes, that's the other name for it.
Yeah.
Instead of growing a big nug, it's going to grow like a caterpillar nug. But it's only on one stem, and that's usually how it originates. But I've seen whole plants with like 4 or 5 of them on it too online. I've just never seen it in person.
Yes, the flat stem, the whole thing has become like, yeah, it's weird. It's like you
looks like a ribbon.
slam the nug in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Call it.
Are you safe there, Green Fingers? Should we call someone, bro?
This is the other tent you usually don't see. You usually just see the beautiful 5x5, but this is where it starts.
Nice.
Doing good. I don't think that's a desirable trait, though. I don't.
No, it's definitely not a desirable trait. No, I've seen it on line. Everybody says it comes out with crappy nug and everything, but I think it's going to make a good YouTube video. Just watching her grow over time. Yeah, she'll be the crappiest nug on there with the lowest quality weed. I did the research. Now I'm just doing it for the content. Yeah, you can see some of the trainers I use. Then you can kind of use the
kind of nice
top.
in the way they lock into place. That's the one thing I know didn't like about them.
Yeah, you can change the position and everything. I think these are like 2 weeks into flower or something like that.
Good.
These are more blue gelatos and 2 banana crumbles. They don't like me, as you see. They look the sickest. They don't like me.
You got to treat them nicer.
This barely fits in here, this light.
Yeah, just barely.
Just barely. I mean, just barely. That's at full 8 dimmed at 80%. Yeah, I thought I'd share my weird mutant with you. It's gonna grow something weird.
Tommy, you shouldn't lose your link. I will DM you. But you shouldn't lose it.
It's Tommy, man.
coming right your way, brother. My sticky fingers can spell it right.
I remember.
They're black as shit from fucking massaging seeds out of. That's what. Although all I've been doing this whole time is just sitting there massaging seeds out of the buds, just slowly, just.
Tink, tink,
I'm
tink.
supposed to be going.
Smiley, I'm telling this that with the addition of that branch, that brought this jar already up to half full, and I am like, I'm serious, man. I am
Believe it, man.
not even got into it. It's a lot of chucking. You've had, I seen some of them jars you had were pretty stout there. That's a lot of fucking separated, man. That's a lot.
Are you just wrecking it? What are you doing, Eagle? I never done it. You just wrecking it and just pulling them out.
Well, this is the aftermath of like a bunch. I just sit there just like this, just sitting there, just kind of pressing and pushing, pressing and pushing. Do I feel a seed? Work it out, pink. You know what I mean? But yeah, just massage it into nothingness.
Like the calyxes almost, but they aren't calyxes, they're seeds.
Oh man!
And so what's that then?
There was no
That's
bud.
hash material.
I actually been smoking. I smoked it. Fucking, it's on the tray.
See, that's
Yeah,
what we
I'll
used to
show
smoke
you.
back in the day.
It's fucking frosty as shit, man.
Yeah, I got
I'm not shy.
outdoors. I got outdoor that's seeded as fuck, man, but it is tasty as hell. It's like a strawberry gas. It is
Nice.
fucking delicious. And I'm like, and they're real nice dark seeds. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just putting them in a little pill container I got. I'll fucking throw them outdoor next year. See what it
Heck
is.
yeah.
Some of that's the sensimilia, isn't it? It's that effect, that different
because
thing.
I mean that one plant, it didn't get very tall. It was only about four foot tall, and it didn't get hit as hard as all the rest of them around it with the PM and shit like that. So it did pretty well, considering how much rain and shit it got poured on it. And I did absolutely nothing but just watch it. So
What are you gonna do? Hold an umbrella over it?
yeah,
that
pretty
guy?
much. So
In your backyard,
I mean-
over the rainstorm.
It's warm up here tonight. I was telling Smiley that I was going to take the rest of them baby outdoors all down that are all seed filled. I tell you what, after doing this little thing, not that them plants aren't like huge or anything, but I'm not looking forward to doing 4 more that are bigger than this. Them with that shit by that point, Green 13, I might be smoking this shit a little bit tonight. Ha ha ha! It's fun. I'm doing this right now. That shit ain't gonna last. That shit ain't gonna last. I'll be like, yeah, fuck this shit right quick. That'll be hash.
Yeah, move that aside.
Right though, guys, it's getting a little late for me over here. I'll probably head on out of here, get a shower, get some sleep. But I appreciate letting me up here. It's nice hanging out with you guys for like an hour.
yeah, man.
Right on,
Peace. Have a good one, chat.
Peace, man.
So Green 13, this was the one that was outside that re-vegged. It just became enough plant to. This was the one that I threw a male out there, the Colombian male. After I took the cuts off, it was like, whatever. You know what I mean? I had intentions of collecting the pollen. You know, just as they were opening, maybe throw it in a shoebox and some cheesecloth and maybe shake it out, collect it that way. But
that's a good idea.
Life happened. Didn't work out. They fucking got too out of place there. You know, the time I seen that plane again, he was fully exhausted. Fully exhausted. It was like, yeah, done. But this is like, I didn't think this one had got it. You can already see how many seats. Look how frosty that.
Holy shit!
Is. I mean, for seed cover, it's definitely washable or smokable. I mean, if I get in there a little bit close, you can just see how fat the trichomes are. Look at that shit.
Oh yeah.
This week, dude, I'll be smoking that all day for sure.
So this is what it looks like beforehand, and I just like I said, I just been massaging them, breaking them off, cutting them off here, and like in buds like I normally would, then just slowly massaging each one of them buds, the seeds out of them, and fuck, if anything, I've already cleaned my fingers off a couple of times just rolling them onto that little section of flour there. But man, if I wouldn't, but they'd probably be caked already. I wouldn't take time to just roll them off. We were talking about that last night too, Smiley. How much I don't like that feeling of having that shit all over your fingers. But you can't roll.
Yeah.
You can't do this process with a glove.
With gloves.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
Your glove
glove
would be
will just keep
wrinkled
folding
and stuck
over.
together. Yeah.
Mhm.
In no time. It is what it is, right? Part of the
It is what is another repetitive kind of job, huh?
Exactly.
Luckily, THC is quite good for like repetitive situations. Oh, okay, at least I got a joint. You know, so she gives you what you need to fucking. But really,
So-
she's just you're her slave as usual.
She says,
In a
since you're slaving
fucking-
after me, I'll give you a little release.
Yeah.
In a source I'd never seen coming, there is they reference cannabis in several different ways. One of them was that book well, it was that book, The Better Brain, right? That gentleman on Future Science or Future Cannabis Project had behind him. And that's been I've listened to that book several times already. But in that book, they talk about our endocannabinoid endocannabinoid system. There we go. Yes, sir. How it works from baby to adult. It's always in progress. You know, our body's always using it for one reason or another. It's our age and our body that dictates as we go older. Our system actually changes as we get older, and it chooses how it uses it, basically. So it isn't when you're a teenager, your endocannabinoid system, when you get to be my age, is completely different. Your body is telling it to do completely different things than when you're that age. It's weird how, you know, and it seems like with that being said, it would be hard to dictate as a medicine if you weren't, you know, self medicating to some point. You know what I mean? How could the doctor go, okay, according to this chart, your weight, your age, this ailment, you know what I mean?
You need Baba Kush number X.
No.
Thought it was interesting though.
What up?
What up?
Well,
Turn the fucking screen around, bro. Oh, here we go.
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
What's
Not
up,
much.
Tommy
How's it going?
Jaco?
Long time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, look what's going on
Look
behind
at that
you.
shit.
Whoa.
Good morning, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I like the bed. I like the beds
Dude,
more than
look
the
at this shit.
blocks.
This is what I got to fix today.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The whole bed collapsed. I had it on the casters. They snapped off. I was standing on the edge, picking some leaves.
Uh-oh.
Right.
It's
Well,
not
it's
supposed to
Growing,
hold your
growing too
fat
much weight,
ass.
man. Just
Yeah, it's
growing
not
up, those
supposed to
fucking
hold
nugs
your
are just
fat
too
ass.
fucking big.
I know, right? Hell yeah. No, I, you know, it is what it is. I kind of knew, but I just, you know,
How are you
You
gonna
always gotta-
fix it?
I'm gonna probably just jack it up so it's safe enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go under there and cut the last caster off in the back, and then
Drop it down.
yeah, just drop it down for now, and then get through the harvest. And you know, I mean, I'll still have to jack it up and put it on some dollies or something to
Weld it up.
Yeah, to move it here later, but for now, yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna take just dabs or something. Just
Duct tape.
drink some coffee and shit.
Of course, duct tape. Should have already
Duct
duct
tape.
taped it. Then he wouldn't be
Man.
in this spot, would he?
Duct
Yeah.
tape. Get the
Duct tape, man. It fixes everything, man.
Not that.
Not that.
Look, if you ever
Cable
seen those
ties, dude.
basket trays, I mean, that's what
Cable
it is.
ties.
Yeah, none of that shit would have worked on this. I was living dangerously, man. You know what happens when you push it to
When
the
you're
limit.
Tommy Trichomes.
Hell yeah, baby. Ah!
Ah.
Right. How's everyone doing? How's everyone been?
Been good. Been good.
Yeah.
Good to
Up
see you,
and
man.
down and up and down and here.
I'm just over here getting my plant count under control for this political shit.
I'm trying to get mine under control as well.
Yeah.
Series of
bullshit.
series of small fires.
They're gonna hit Eagle first, and then they're gonna hit me.
Shit, don't say that shit.
Thanks for that,
I'm just
Tommy.
fucking around.
Yeah.
They ain't coming nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. I'm just playing around, bro.
Remember, Tommy said, "Fuck them first."
Yeah. Live. I didn't even say it.
Look, I even got to tell. Look, what's right there, motherfucker, is I'm separating seeds, huh? You see it?
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah! You got the Tony Montana one, huh? Nice, Tommy Montana. What's up?
Tommy
Hell yeah.
Trichome slap right there in the corner of the book.
Nice. There it
Hell
is.
yeah!
As
Hell
I'm
yeah! I got a
busting,
bunch more seeds
busting
coming,
seeds
man.
out of there.
I got a bunch more seeds coming.
Well,
coming
like
into the game. This G13 skunk one that so I took that male. That's a Dominion, and I crossed it to my Rambo strain. It's crazy. Here, let me see if I can get the jar out real quick. Gotta get your smell vision on. This shit is fire. It's not really my favorite terp. It's that if you like, it kind of smells like 9 Pound Hammer. It's like more orange. It's like a real orange 9 Pound Hammer or something, but it's not really what I was going for when I bred the strains together. But I don't know.
Mine,
Some orange
no,
came
that's one of the best phenos right there. The orange out of the 9 Pound Hammer. I had one that actually the terps are like the best way I've ever been able to describe it is, you remember like baby aspirin? You know what I mean? Them little
Mhm.
tiny little fucking
Yeah.
small dose aspirins. How they
Creamy
got that
orange
like
or something.
orange
Kinda-
cream kind of scent to them.
Yeah.
That's what
Like an
I
orange
put behind
creamsicle?
that in particular pheno with the 9 Pound Hammer.
Not
That's what
quite
it smells.
sickle, but pasty, kind of. Right?
Right.
even like
That's what
vitamin
came out of there.
tablets.
Wow.
Yeah, 3, 6,
That's just a couple.
9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 26 seeds out of that one bud I just squeezed out there.
What do you got?
26
What's
beans.
the cross?
That is the Columbium times Citrus Blazer from Empire Breeding Co.
Oh shit.
Which is super
Sure.
nice looking beans for though, for Mother Nature made. Not intended.
It's gonna taste like a spicy dinner mint.
Man, I'm gonna drop some of them here soon. Just
Are ya?
cause
Right on.
fucking yeah.
You
Why
gotta
not?
try them.
Aren't we all looking for? I mean, seriously though,
Yes.
aren't we all looking for that one that nobody fucking has that everybody's salivating over?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's exactly
It
what
might
you're
be
looking for.
right fucking there. You know what I mean?
That was so funny. You've got to look that back later, Eagle. Everyone nodded at the same time, like, yeah.
Right. Listen,
Nodding heads.
hey, you should put it up against some other people's seeds just so you can, you know what I mean? Right in the same environment. It's really satisfying when you crush $100
Somebody else's shit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna mention names. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put anyone on blast. But you know what I mean?
420 right on the nose. Oh, I just changed
Uh-oh.
as I said it, but it still counts. Cheers, everybody.
All right.
All right, let's blaze him. Let's blaze him, Promies.
Let's go. Oh shit.
I'm gonna take a dab. I can easier hit a dab than I can anything else. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, and I'm out right now. So
Eagle, you changed. He's Mr. Dab now, huh?
Not really. Not really.
I'm just fucking with you, dude.
A little more lately.
Yeah, I just
Well,
got
shit,
a.
if anybody was trying to put me down a new dab phase, again, I would say it was Mr. Tycombs there. There was a couple of
Yeah, with that
nice
shatter.
hookups. Thank you, brother.
That old school shatter. Yeah. I know that shit's old school. I'm
That's
smoking
the,
some Yeti
that's the
rosin
stuff
right
I
now.
love. We got this phrase, shatter matters. And it's like, yeah, it's, if you make that shit, it's so like quick, easy. It's just,
You make it right.
it's like the first thing you ever made. Like, it's like cupcakes. You're like, oh yeah, I'll make some cupcakes. Then bang. It's not like fucking diamonds or any other messing about butters. It's just shatter. Tastes good,
Right.
easy to play with.
Man, I got to clear a seat here or something. Fuck yeah. I agree. If you make it right, I understand that people get a bad impression from smoking bullshit, but when I first started making it, I know what bullshit tastes like. You know what I'm saying? I know what good shit tastes like. Yeah.
Luckily, really early on, someone collared me, someone really good, and they were like, he was so pleasant about it. He wasn't like, dude, do this, 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 this. It was like, you might find some success if you try these numbers and those, and he also ensured that I spent at least 5 days purging that shit, 5 to 6, and he hammered that into me. And that's that's the bit that matters. That's like the drying cure, if you like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a press and start doing I mean, I've made bubble before, but I'm sure I'll end up there. But I'm gonna just do some dry sip and press that. And, you know what I'm saying? Just get a cheap press.
It's lovely. It's a lovely way to do it. It's quite a large amount of waste, like 40% waste maybe, because there's a lot of green in that material. But it makes such terpy, lovely hash. It's lovely. Yeah. Trim tray hash. Just squish it in a 37 micron or something. It's really good.
Yeah, especially if you're beating down, say you're sifting through like whatever, a large outdoor plant. You know what I mean? And if you're doing like dry trimming over like a shaker box or something, you get a ton down in the in your collection box, and it's just like, man. I mean, I got plenty of BHO, so maybe I'll just get a press and just to play around with it. You know what I mean? I always like to.
Yeah. Mistake I made was the mistake I always made. I got the press I got was too good. It's like I don't need 15 tons to squash fucking hash. You know what I mean? So yeah, just get a cheap one if you're only going to do that, dude.
Right. Man,
5
it's a
tons or
local
something.
hardware store, and I kind of live out in the country, kind of. And the local hardware store, like out here, I mean, I guess it's the town over, but they sell the Nug Smasher, like right there at the.
No shit.
In the
They have a whole
hardware
smell
store,
it. They
That's
sell
a pretty open fucking hardware store right there.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my god, that is
That's
fantastic.
a modern hardware right there.
It's
Shit.
called, True Value. So it's like a True Value, but they're all independently owned or whatever.
yeah,
Or, I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is. It's like, it's got some family's name on it, but it's a True Value
Mhm.
hardware. And you go in there, everything is way more than like you would get at whatever home. There's like a markup on all the shit, but it's right there in town in the country. And then they have this whole
But
area
they
where
carry
they
a
have,
nug
they have
smasher.
Fox Farm soil. They have
Oh,
a
They know
couple
their
of,
customer
like the
base.
Amazon grow, you know, like the shitty green, what's it called, Green Hut or whatever.
That's hilarious.
Those cheaper tents. They have those.
that is so
and-
cool.
Well, that's
It's smart.
That's
It's
awesome.
smart business, right?
It
What
is.
people buying.
And from the cash register, that's what drew me over there. Is that you can from the cash register. I was just buying some screws or some shit. And, I'm like, what is that? They have a rosin press in here, and sure as shit, it's the Nug Smasher 8000 or something like. Oh shit!
Do you know when it gets
That's
cool?
awesome.
When it gets cool is when you can come rent that thing for an hour. You know?
Right? Yeah. It's pretty dope.
Oh, you should suggest that to him.
Yeah. Right.
You should. You should.
When
'Cause,
them trim machines first came out, this dude I knew in San Diego, he was I mean, on a small, he bought a couple of them and he was like renting them out, you know. It was called the trim. It was like, it was basically like medieval compared to, I guess I don't know. I don't use trim machines, but I have used them. And this one was the Trim Pro where it went like around. It had like a little catcher, and all, but he had like a couple of them and he'd like rent them out on Craigslist and shit. Like,
It's its own business, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you had
Yeah.
that and a couple fucking presses, you're like a mobile fucking deal with it.
Yeah, me and him used to sell a bunch of clones of shit. We would just go get one clone from you know, the dispensary, and then we'd grow it out and just cut, you know, I'd cut a bunch of clones, bring them over, and then he like was selling them out of his apartment and shit, like right there in San Diego. Like, well, and you went online, if you went on Weed Maps, this shit looked real as fuck. You know what I mean? He had like all just like everybody else, and then then you show up to his house. Like, what the fuck?
it's my
probably
farm.
shout out to the homie. He's probably still doing it. I bet he is.
That's crazy.
What's
What are
up
you
with the
doing, Smiley? You doing seeds as well, dude?
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, you two got that neck angle on, man.
Hey, Smiley, you about to butt out that Royal, that secret Royal?
It's in line, yeah. Probably the next moon.
I know I got a couple cuts. I got to check it out. All right.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick.
The Royal 7's taking off too, so I got that one going pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The Royal 7, the cut we got.
I haven't
We're
fought-
like Eskimo brothers. We got a bunch of the same girls. That's funny. You still got the Chelsea?
I haven't
Yep.
selected a pheno on
And
that
you
one
got the-
yet. I
you got the Bicket?
three to choose from. I was talking with Tyler and DM a little bit about it, just kind of seeing what the preferred one was or whatever.
Right. Yeah, the one I kept, the Chelsea, is like super body odor kind of funk, you know, kind of like heat smell, but like in a good, you know, like a good way. So look, I'm sorry if the fans are too loud, but I got that's a Chelsea right there. And then I got a big ass sky color. So this is like 2 plants right here. 2 lights, 2 plants. You know what I'm saying?
Sky color goes, don't it?
Fucking hell.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then,
How long was that in veg, dude?
and then I got 4 over here. So that's only, you can count them, motherfuckers. 6. There's 6. But that's that Bicket. It's real tall. It's got that GMO thing going. These are the first ones I actually did inside. I did some outside and they got all fucked up when I was doing my like experimental light depth. I was doing all kinds of shit and I kind of freaked them out. But
They look good though, man.
Yeah, they did. They look real good.
Yep.
That sky color, I got that one going too. You knew that, right? Like,
Yeah,
We're-
that's what do
we're
you
like
have?
copying our
right?
menus and shit.
I know we had the same shit. That's what I'm saying. Sky Cuddler, Chelsea, Bicket OG, and then we both had that Royal to fuck around with.
What's
Yeah.
the Royal?
And
What
we
is
got a
it?
bunch of the same seeds too. You know.
Yeah, Royal Kush number 7.
Okay.
And
It's
I'm running
one
the
that,
worst.
so it's one that's real good medicine for Nick Risden, and then he's had Kevin Jodry. Like Kevin Jodry helped him find it, and that's from his library. The cut is from Kevin, and he sends it to Nick, and Nick, I don't know, whatever, kept having problems with his health, and shit would happen, and he'd lose the cut, and he handed it out to a few of us around so that it'll be available if, you know what I mean, if anything happens.
Close.
You
Yeah.
then I don't have to keep
bothering
asking Kevin for it again.
Sorry, bro. I fucked it up again.
Which I'm sure he has no problem, but I understand what
Kevin
he's
probably
saying.
said that.
Yeah.
Kevin said, "Give this to some local motherfucker."
Right? Yeah. Can we ship this son of a bitch? No, I'm
Right.
sure Kevin probably wouldn't even think twice about it, actually.
No, he wouldn't.
But yeah, that's his medicine though. Like that's that I guess makes the best medicine for him. So like that's what he really needs to try to keep around too. So.
And so, what's the terps on that that's helping him? What's?
I'm not sure, man. I haven't really grown it out. Yeah, I'm trying to think how they described it to me, but
I've been trying to grow it for
I think it's all gassy.
quite a while.
Cushy,
Yeah. Well, it's like that,
Well, he,
it's like that Mandelbrot stuff, right? The Royal, I think so. Yeah.
And he turns it all into RSO anyways, doesn't he? For the most part.
right. But even then, I just was curious about the profile because it's like, so what's that doing for that ailment? Like, is that like an anti-seizure thing, or is that like something before that? Even, you know, it was just to get my mind going. But
yeah, I don't know that they really nailed down what it is. It's just I think it was trial and error, and all of a sudden that one seemed to work really well for him. Because I know for a minute he was working with like the guys out west, like Kevin and them, like they were trying to help him figure out what was going to be, you know, because I know like Dem Pure or Dragonfly Earth Medicine, Josh and Kelly were helping with that too. And like, so yeah, you know, they're an awesome community, man, to be honest. Like,
but as soon as you start talking about it, it gets your mind racing, doesn't it? So it's for, you know, in a way, it's all of us want to see if we can tap into a bit of that knowledge that they're trying to tap into. Like,
and I don't know much about it, but I think it's that way with even like people and having effects on their seizures and stuff like that, where like certain cultivars will really, you know what I mean, really knock it out where they don't have any. And then like other ones they may still have. I don't know. I've just heard stories, but I think that's why there's such a push to try to figure out, you know, which one's really going to be the one for you, you know?
Right. Yep. Yeah. Nick did a bunch of research, basically. I mean, this is the story he's told even online and stuff, but yeah, it was so it's like very like anti like it's like super mildew resistant, I guess. And something I mean something about that bacterial or some shit. Isn't that the one he flew with on a plane?
It might have been. I don't know.
I think that's the one. Yeah. So I think basically that's why I always wanted to grow, is just because Nick always talks about it. You know what I'm saying? You hear him talking about it, like, oh, this and that. Like, oh, shit.
Well, I think Kevin talks about it too.
Right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I have that Pure Kush. I have that Pure Kush that originally came from Kevin that I got from Mr. Toad, Tony. I got it in an auction, but that's who sent it to me. And that one is so fire. Like, I mean, I gave it to some patients, and it's not super heavy, but it's like perfect. It does like everything. It's real good medicine. And I gave it to some of my patients, and people were just like, oh, you know, I mean, they just want some trendy shit. It's like, oh, come on. Like, this shit is good, you know. I'm trying to explain it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Can't.
But that's
Can't exhaust yourself with that, you know.
That's the one from Chelsea's Cross, right? Isn't that the Hollywood Pure Kush by PMF2 is Chelsea? So you'll have the mom. You'll have the mom for that one.
Yep.
You know, if you want.
I think the Pure Kush is it's the lineage on some other shit too. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of Bubba Kush. Like it's not really good for production. You know, it's really slow growing. You know, it's not like one you can bang out and trellis out real easy. You know, it's kind of just like throw some nice stalks. It really didn't do too good outdoors. I had a couple outdoor, you know, I was like, oh, they stay nice and short. Like you stay under the fence, you know, the fence from the neighbors and shit. They ended up with a bunch of botrytis and powdery mildew. They're still just sitting out there. I'm gonna just compost them tomorrow or something when I get around to it.
It would be nice compost though.
Yeah, the worms will like it, right? You know what I'm saying? The worms
Yeah.
will get happy.
A lot of secondary metabolites in there.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Took that long to de-seed that one little section.
It sucks, man. That's why I just kind of set it over here so then I can plug away at it like 10, 15 minutes at a time or something.
Yeah.
Sit there and try to get it all done. It's like my mind anyway, it just goes nuts. Like, I don't know.
Man,
I can't sit and trim for a ton of time either. I got to get up and move. And
I normally
can
don't
see
wake
us
up
getting
and do that
done
many dabs.
Every time I smoke a joint, just sit here, walk away, just like you said. As soon as the joint goes out, seed adventure's done. Next.
Yeah.
You almost got it, man.
Do some trimming now.
I was dreading it for weeks. Like they all just sat there and they were like looking at me every time I'd sit here. They're like looking at
Hey,
me.
Smiley, you got some
Yeah.
shit to do.
Right? Exactly. Like I know.
We're still over here.
It's that way too. Yep. That's about the time your girl walks in. It's like, those are still sitting there, right? Yep, I know.
Is there an echo in here?
I love shit. I love shit like that. How they can notice shit like that. I got such and such down for you, so you can do such and such. Oh, thanks for your fucking input. You know? You did the nothing bit.
Thanks for knowing me so fucking well. What the hell?
All right.
Exactly.
That's painful.
They do too.
Pretty much.
That's what women are here for. Keep us in line. We fuck everything up, man. It's the Wild West, and the guys are trying to do it, right?
Oh, trust me. Trying to do it
I
by
don't
yourself,
know, bruv.
Trying to
I
do it
think
by
they've
yourself
got you
is
thinking
fucking-
that.
Sometimes you get some freedoms, but you know what I'm saying? It's a tough battle trying to do all that shit by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. I know. Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna have to get off here and go make some. I gotta sober up. Them dabs got me fucking ripped. A coffee and some dabs, man. I'm feeling good. But yeah, I gotta go get the kids off to school here.
Half term here.
And then I'm about to go back to bed. I'm going to bed.
Go back to.
I'm gonna lower that shit. So I might have to go live on Instagram or something in case that fucking
Bed collapses on you.
that 4x8 bed collapses on me. I'll just make sure someone's there to call 911.
Please, somebody catch it live, yeah.
I'll leave the door unlocked, you know what I'm saying, so they can get in the garage and shit.
Oh shit!
Oh, I know. I was already thinking
put a
about
note,
it. Like, man,
put a note out there. If you're coming because of this, the door's open.
well, yeah. So fortunately, one of the see, this is why I knew I was close to. I really should have braced it sooner, but like I knew I was kind of fucked when the back one broke, and it's up that bed is like up against the wall in the corner, so I am gonna have to like prop it up and then make sure it's secure on like blocks, or I got some you know what I mean, car stands or whatever. That So
It's just going to be so difficult,
like a car.
man. It's like
Except-
moving a car, but worse, like moving engine blocks is what it's going
Well,
to be
listen,
like.
but this is the frame is not all like it's not one piece, so it's like it uses
It
gravity
can come
kind of
apart.
to stay together. Yeah, I know. So you gotta. I want to have to probably put a
Jack
couple
it up,
two
put
by
a 2x4
four.
under there. Yeah.
I know. And
Yeah.
then I'm gonna have to make this whole little elaborate thing.
Just to break it some more, basically, and put it on the floor.
Yeah, I know. It's like a whole.
Why don't you start jacking it up and put blocks under where the feet were instead?
Yeah.
So instead of dropping it to the ground now, actually just jack each bit, put a block under, jack it, block it,
Right.
and then just be like, "Fuck, I'm done for this next 2 months or whatever."
And then
Yeah.
duct tape it.
Yeah, no, I only got
Duct
about
tape.
a month and a half. Yeah, I'll go around duct tape it. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Take some blocks and just slide them under.
But you could even then put 2x4s and blocks, because then they can hold it. You know, it can hold a longer section.
Right. Yeah. Good point. I got 2x4s.
That might save you some ass.
All right. Well, hey, if I never see you guys again, because this bed crushes me. You guys
It's
have
been
all-
cool then.
Good
This
luck.
was a cool last time, man.
Yeah.
My last smoke sesh.
Yeah. He was cool. Tommy Trichomes. Yeah, man. Fucking
I
remember that
remember that
session before the bed collapsed on him. That was crazy.
Yeah.
We even
Y'all better
talked
knock
about
on
it.
some wood, man. Fucking A, dude. If that shit's like, that's
No,
gonna be
I
spooky
know.
as
I'm
hell.
not. Come
That'll
on,
be
dude.
spooky
Come
as
on.
hell. I could that.
But
Just
it
make sure
is
you got some
good.
fancy boots on. Gotta wear
Right.
some
When I
fancy
drop
boots.
When I drop
Yeah.
my kids off, I probably won't be. No one will probably check on me for 4 days.
We'll change those
I
underwear.
got to pick them back up.
Yeah, the
Big
kids
Jaws.
will at 3.
Big Joe's got some
Be like,
fucking
"Where's he
Wizard of
at?"
Oz shit going on.
No, come on, man. You know I'll play it safe. I
Yeah.
always do, right?
Hope so.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, it was good. It was good hanging out for a little bit. I'm just gonna tune in. I'm gonna go make the kids some breakfast and do some dad shit.
In a minute.
Get the kids off to school. But
It's
it was
been a
good
minute,
hanging
man.
out. I'm gonna listen in and everyone stay safe out there. Happy end of Croptober. Hopefully all your crops came out nice and mildew free. You know what I'm saying? Nice, good solid nugs, sun grown shit. So, cheers, everyone. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Later, Tommy.
Cheers.
All right, man. Peace.
Bouncing right behind me. It's that
Yep,
time
I'm
for
gonna
me.
follow out too, man.
Good weed nerd world.
Yeah.
Eagle.
Whoa.
Good to see you, Green 13, Big Jar, Johnny, Green
Yep.
Fingers.
Bo, Bodie, Bo.
So, guys.
Cheers, man.
Yep.
Smiley.
Leaving on the
Anymore, I
forest.
just wait until they're on the way out. I know they're hopefully still listening. So later,
Yeah.
Smiley.
All right, we'll talk to
Hopefully
you guys
have a good
later.
day.
Have a good day, guys.
You out, Big Jar?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
out too,
a
man.
good
I
one,
got
bro.
water and shit I gotta do and get around still.
Great to see
We'll
you,
talk
man.
to you guys later. Good to see you guys.
It's great. It's great,
Great
spending
day,
the
bro.
evening with you there, buddy. Talk to you
Yep.
later, Big Dark Roast.
All right, bye.
Nice.
Lecture there.
So help me out here. Every time I push the dog away from me because I'm too hot or claustrophobic, it just ekes back over. It has to touch me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, something's up. I would think. Wondering what she's in tune with you.
Mm,
She's
knows you're
focused. Yeah.
uncomfortable.
She knows what she's starting to figure you out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some dogs do that so you don't leave their side though, because they're just like, once you get up, they're like, where the hell did he go? And what am I sitting here by myself for? And they freak out. They're like, what the hell? Where's everybody at? Where'd the party go? Like, my dog does that. He's right
I
here.
used to have she was fucking a little tall, a little short little girl, a little pudgy. She was half Shih Tzu and half Chihuahua. mainly leaning towards the Chihuahua side. And if you fucking left her alone or you didn't fucking show her any attention, she would go into an outright like panic attack. She'd start so
Oh my
and she'd
god.
get like all the other dogs like fucking going too. You'd have to pick her up. Shug, you tell her all you give her that attention. You'd have to give her a little treat. Pick her up, give her a little treat, and she'd quit. She'd sit there and kind of calm down. Why won't you? You know what I mean? But we always worried about leaving her, because she would have that fucking that traded.
Nervous
She was an
energy.
excellent dog. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. An armed
Cool
dog,
You could see
not
it.
an
There.
armed
You could see
baby.
it in her. You know what? You know what was weird about her was you could see it in her eyes. She was the first dog that actually made me wonder if Downs in a dog was a thing, because I always wondered if she had it, and that was the reason. But the other thing that was really fucking weird, really weird about that dog is
How far
you
along
know
was it
how
after the vaccine?
oh no, I no, it
No,
was
just
before
kidding, man.
and so she would fucking most dogs like you take a picture of a dog and you could see that red in her eyes, right? In the eye. But you could see it in hers in like not even a bright room. She'd just walk around her eyes and everybody it wouldn't even be the angle. Everybody in the room could see she had fucking red eyes, and it was almost always right before that. So her eyes would be like visibly like reddish in the center. It was really weird. But
It could even be epilepsy, couldn't it?
Yeah.
yes. Yes, because
Yeah. No
small
shit.
dogs can be diabetic. Small
Mm.
dogs are diabetic or can be diabetic. So
Wow, that is
sugar spikes,
trippy
that's
that you
I
could
never
actually
even
see that.
considered. Yeah, I never even
Yeah, it's that
considered that.
precursor that
Right.
made me think that.
Wow.
You know, the see it coming thing. And I know dogs do get epilepsy, so
Is that when you whip out the big old joint and you take a hit, you blow it right in her nose?
No, but we did keep CBD dog tabs in the house for
Really?
nighttime.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was nights.
So it helped her sleep
Nights
then.
that she'd wake up. There was nights she'd wake up and realize, fuck, I'm alone. Get the whole house, every dog in the house, like I told you, fucking going right in the middle
Wow.
of fucking everybody's deep sleep and shit. You'd be like, oh no, shh, shh, shh. Running around trying to get her. I almost fucking blew this shoulder out. I just started getting it kind of healed up. I fucking blew it out playing on the bag and not fucking stretching correctly before I was started playing. Which, as you get older, stretching is so key to fucking, a lot of things, especially if you're hitting the bag.
getting
But I
out of
hit the
bed,
mouse
everything.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. Fucking, so I fucked it up that it was just starting to heal up, and fucking Shug fucking starts that shit in the middle of the night, and I come flying out of the bedroom. Probably been down for about an hour at best. All days, pitch black, and a fucking gate to keep the dogs at a certain point. And the gate was not usually there. And I fucking go over and hit that fucking gate, fucking go to fly over and throw this arm back to fucking try to fucking catch something, and oh man, tore all that shit up, man. It took 6 months easy for that fucking ache to go away, man. I couldn't hardly pick up anything. Oh man, all over Shug flipping out in the middle of the fucking night and shit, trying to get to a light, trying to get to her. Oh man.
I went over that gate that you're talking about. I went over it 1 week ago. Like I went to get the door, and I didn't even need to get the door because I knew it was the guy dropping the veg box. It's like a box full of organic vegetables, and he'll just leave it at the front door if I don't. But I was like, I'll get the door and say good morning. And I go to get over the gate rather than open the gate. My foot catches the top, and it's like, you better Superman it, dude. So I Superman it to the floor, and the gate's wooden and all, you know, it's trashed. I fucking trashed it. And then never got, by the time I got to the door, the dude's fucking gone to his van. And it's like, great, I'll just get myself up off the floor and fix the gate then.
Yeah, at that point, I don't even know if I'd answered the door because you know good damn and well he heard that. Wow! Son of a bitch!
Probably. That's exactly. I'm sure I was like, motherfucker. And I'm sure that's why he's like, I'll leave this guy.
Yeah, opening the door at that time would have probably made his day just because he would have got the gratification of looking to see who did it in the eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you bloody your nose on that one? Dude. Yeah, Superman, and those are good falls, man.
I mean, there's a, you know, falling well is, yeah, it's an art. If you can fall well, you know, it's like, yeah. I
Is there
guess
the
you
other
learn
day,
it.
at our age, is there a falling well?
Dude,
Not really.
I was out walking with my wife the other day, and she tripped on the root of a tree and went down like a, it's a bad phrase, went down like a sack of shit. And it actually fucking PTSD'd me because it was so frightening. It was like watching an adult hit the deck. It's not right, is it? It's not nice.
No, it isn't.
And it's your wife, and you're like, ah! Yeah.
Boy, I hate it when a wave like that hits you.
Yeah,
Boy,
it's that shock thing.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Kind of like a rogue wave.
So funnily enough, that's me and her both gone over in the last couple of weeks. But yeah, fucking adults shouldn't fall over. That's why we don't run much.
Yeah, heck, one time I was walking in the summertime. I had a couple extra fans going, and I was talking to somebody on the phone. It was Miranda Family Farms, and I needed to get something out of the bathroom. I left something in there, so I walked in there, and my dog was on my heel, and he hit the cord that was draped across the floor. And whatever reason, man, that cord wrapped around my feet somehow. Just by him snapping it up, it completely caught me up and spun me, and I went for a complete side fall. Wham! On the ground. I planked it. I mean, there was no Superman involved in that shit, you know? Yeah. And
but you did twist your body to get to your hip, obviously, because otherwise you'd have been face down. It was like, ah.
Well, no, it just, that's the way it happened. I got through pretty much out of my my path that I was going. I was going around a corner, and then the cords wrapped around my feet, so I was in a free fall. Yeah, and I ended up just falling on my left side. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. It took me a minute to figure out what the fuck just happened. You know?
Yeah.
That never happened before. Done that trick many a time. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times.
Many a time. Never fell down before like that.
And I've almost been taken out by some rain and ice. Putting down rain and ice. It's a heavy, super thick layer that goes on the bottom of your roofing, 3 feet wide, super thick, super sticky, super fucking sticky, real sticky, especially if it's in warmer temperatures, 70 or above, where it can like that glue's hot and it's fucking sick. And I'm all walking, putting some on, took a slip, while I'm putting that on. And as I like slip, my feet go like in the roll that's sticky. Oh, because you have to like coordinate. You either have to like roll it out and have somebody pull, and you have to pull just right, otherwise it'll get stuck on the sticky shit. You have to pull it just right, like a rug out, like a layer out from underneath the rug, basically. Or you have somebody pull on that layer as you're unrolling it. The only way you can do that is if you've got a line to follow, you know what I mean, that you can stay nice and straight. The other way is, you know, obviously lay it out nice and straight and have somebody pull it from underneath there.
Yeah.
But in this case, we were fucking having somebody unroll it there, pull it while unrolling. So I'm like walking behind the roll, rolling it out as somebody's pulling the paper ahead of me. And I slip and kind of go underneath that shit. You know what I mean?
Venus
My feet go
flytrap your
underneath.
ass.
Yeah, and it just like wrapped around my feet and about took me off a 2-story fucking edge right there, man. Because I'm walking right on the edge. It's a nice steep roof. And my legs get stuck together like that. And I start to fall, man. That shit scared the hell out of me. I thought I was going down. No legs, no nothing, just straight
Head
like
first.
you said, to your side, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was one of my biggest panic modes.
Whew.
So far.
Boy, that's that moment where you catch your breath and you catch it and everything, and you sit there, you have that flash moment where you just kind of see what could have happened. Man.
Says staple that fucker. You can't staple it and pull the fucking plastic out from underneath it. You make bad spots, so it all gets hung up. You can't staple it until you get the plastic out from underneath.
Yeah.
I think that person might be saying, don't bother taking the plastic, just staple it. Don't use the sticky even. Is that what they're suggesting?
Maybe. I tell you what, that shit right there, man. Once you put that stuff on, you might as well, if anything happens to that roof, you might as well pull the fucking plywood up next time if that shit's got to come off, because that shit ain't coming off.
Yeah.
You better be going over it, get it nice and clean where you can go over it, or you better be pulling that wood, because
that is some serious stuff.
Try to pull it off.
Yeah. But it's there for a reason.
Yeah. It's an important piece of the puzzle.
Especially in your guys' neck of the woods.
They got this newer stuff now that's, well, a couple new ones, that grace, and then they've got a new kind of grace that's almost like a tie back. Scary almost to walk on. It's like a carbon fiber thread to it all with like I said, it reminds me of tie back. And I don't know, man.
Yeah, I've laid that stuff on. I've done a few roofing jobs. I didn't enjoy it enough to keep doing it.
Oh, it's definitely not my
yeah, that's a real young man's job.
It's one of them things, man. I don't like doing it, but I can make that fucking gun sing. I can. That's one of the things. The guy I kind of work for right now. I actually work. I work with him when I want to work, and I work on my schedule. He fully knows, and I've told him this. I do a show till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. There's no way you're getting me here any earlier than fucking 11, 12 o'clock. I might not get there till 1. And I heard him one day, man. I show up. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I get on the roof, stretch, throw my bags on, and the fucking one of the regular guys is like, how come he gets coming in fucking whenever? And he's like, because he's one badass fucking rougher. I kind of like just smile, put my head down. But it's true though. I'm I can lay some shingles in a short amount of time. So it's
After
worth
you
it.
get going, they go, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not.
Sure.
It's not a time thing. It's not a time thing. You'll fucking. You'll have
It's a
a time.
skill
I don't
thing.
have a time.
Yeah, it's a skill
Usually
thing.
when my gun gets plugged in, there, unless it's like a super big roof, you know, something like 30, 40 square or better. Once my gun gets plugged in, they're on fucking tear off. Tear off and prep for me to come through. That basically is what happens when my gun gets plugged in. Everybody else just goes prep for me to spoil
Running
that.
shit up. Yeah. Man, I did a job like a couple of them where I was the guy that was running the shingles up the ladder. Oh boy, I'll tell you what, man, that is a brutal job. And you end up getting to the point where you're running up that ladder with a bale of shingle on either shoulders without using your hands at all for steadying. You're just running up the ladder. And
The
Yeah, you're a
weight.
roofer,
The
but you
weight is
can use
almost
just a
helping you
staircase.
stay on.
it's balancing your ass to the ladder. Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
kind of like holding you there. And if you don't have the proper kind of shank in your boot, boy, I'll tell you what, you're going to be a sorry ass motherfucker the next day. You ain't going to
Yeah,
have any arch left.
Work
Your
with the most
shins will be
important.
That
hurting.
shank, it's that shank though that helps you walk up that ladder. You
Yes,
know
it
what I mean? It
does.
kind of stops your foot as you're walking up there.
It stops that shit from bowing on you. Yep. Gives you that balance, that extra bit of rigidity. Most
And it
definitely.
bounce. It's bounce too. Like you get to bounce up those stairs or up the fucking
Yeah.
stairs. Like they
And
take any piece
there
up.
was a few people in the neighborhood, a couple of the other homeowners, they were watching me run up this ladder and they were just shaking their head going, holy shit. No way. You know, because it's, you know, scary. You know,
Oh, yeah.
good stuff though.
Yep.
Yeah. I tried to
Yeah,
leave
that's,
that behind a long, long time ago. If it wouldn't
oh
be
yeah.
the only time I try to pull out that shit these days is it's the same cat that keeps. It's a good thing, but he keeps, you know. To me, you should only take what you can handle. You know what I mean? Booking somebody 6 months, fucking 8 months down the road, spiking that
That's
job's even fucking worse. You know what I mean? I like to knock shit out as fast as I can knock it out, even if I'm working for you. You know what I mean? My time's fucking valuable. I don't care about the dollar. You know, I want fucking shit to be wrapped up. I want to get back to my life. I'm only fucking. And I've told a few bosses to this. That's kind of it goes. It is what it is. They like fucking work pride or whatever. Put your health and safety. Fuck that. You understand this right now. I'm here to make a wage for my life. You know what I mean? That's the only fucking reason I'm here is to fucking better my situation. I ain't hurting myself for your situation unless the pay
right.
scale's correct or whatever. Let's put this correct, man. I'm here for me, not necessarily the other way around. So I still feel that way.
That's a boundary, and that is healthy shit.
You know, that's where everything's went wrong, man. It was never from the conception of man. I don't really believe it was, oh yeah, like, you're gonna fucking work your whole life off to pay for you to live, and then, you know, gonna take a cut of that. You know what I mean? That's, you know, we were
I'm
meant
gonna
to
need you to give me all the hours you've got. You can go home and sleep, but then I'm gonna need you back here. No, every day. Oh, you don't need that much money? I'm gonna need you here though every fucking day. Commit to
Yeah.
that, please.
And I kind of think if that were the way, everybody would have an equal wage that would make everything, keeping everybody do their own part. You know what I mean? With the way the system is now, you're ultimately making it to somewhere other people don't have to put in as much, even though they take all the credit and sit on top of the heat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I've worked for a lot of people, you know, ultimately my career led me to high dollar carpentry, you know, and I'm still, even though that I step on a roof, that is only to help out a buddy that is over scheduling himself. You know what I mean? And starting to have customers get a little pissy. And right now it's a shitty time to where just getting labor in there, you know, people in there to do the jobs is a fucking problem. You know, that's why I do it. But you know, more mainly, I'm a high dollar carpenter. You know what I mean? You better have sweet ass materials. It better be the finest of the finest, or you know, something very complex to get my interest in. I don't like just
And
plain
they better
Jane
be there.
Home Depot trim. Yeah, it better be there when I get there too. Yes.
Right?
Yes,
That's the
Johnny.
part right
Materials
there.
better be laying there when I get
I've
there.
got a friend
Very
right now that's asking me to help him design some hideaway places to put storage on his deck. And so I went over there and I gave him all these great ideas. And he says, "Holy cow, where do you come up with these ideas?" It's just, man, after you've been doing shit for such a long time, you just know there's ways about doing shit, you know? And that's the way you do it. That's just all there is to it. So after giving him this information and stuff, and I go home, and the next time I come over and we discuss another portion of the project that he's talking about, he's going, "Man, you need to be the guy in charge and have people working for you." And I said, "Yeah, it's not like that anymore. It's hard to find those people. There's nobody out. There's not a lot of people out there that know as much as I do about all the different aspects of the house to be able to be a sidekick, to be able to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I would have to have a crew of guys in order to do something. And
Yeah,
just
treat a guy
finding a
good if
crew
you're
of
gonna.
guys to do something is going to be super, super hard when everybody's working for Joe.
Bitch about that is you have to find like an apprentice, if you will.
Yes,
Most of the times, man, it's hard to keep them, man. As soon as they learn some shit, they want to go out, fucking start doing it for themselves. I mean, you
exactly.
have to find somebody that you get along with and you trust that wants to learn the process all the way through and maybe want to take over what you've started or, you know, see it through. You know what I mean? That's the way I worked with the guy that taught me. I was an apprentice for a master carpenter for a long fucking time. And I watched
And that's
guys come
awesome.
and go, same shit. And
That's an
but what
opportunity,
I learned
man.
fucking staying, man, it was priceless. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
Man,
so
I would love to take
awesome.
somebody under my wing and teach them what I know. You know, the little tricks that I've learned throughout my life of doing things to make it easy, you know, but to do a good job, you know. And there was one time where my one of my friends said my nephew would like to do that, you know, and so he put him up under my wing for a minute, and the kid, it was funny because I would teach him how to do something, and he would say, "Yeah, I did this. This is all my work." And if he didn't have me there teaching him how to do it, he wouldn't have known diddly squat, you know. But it's funny because he took off and he started making some really good money out in San Francisco doing what I taught him to do, which is awesome. That's great. but I got to a point where I just stopped really wanting to teach him because I knew he was just gonna take off right away and leave me hanging in the middle of one of my jobs that I had. And I just knew it was coming. So it was kind of like, you know, it was a futile teaching job. But actually I did help him out.
Man, the best crew that I ever worked on was fucking me and two other guys, equal skill set. That man, we framed houses together and we worked like a fine oil machine. We could frame a fucking house week and a half, good fucking 2,000 foot or less house, just the three of us. We knew exactly the system where we all fell in line. If we were walking by, we knew the shit would be there before we even needed it. That's how well we worked together. And that was probably the best fucking experience I ever had. I mean, we got fucking so good. I mean, fucking, there would be one guy you cutting, which was me most times. Could you do the math? You know, figure out a 412, hand it out. I could have cut sheets cut, passed out, without them even having to measure. Fucking fit like a glove and shit. From good framing, though. I mean, everything starts from that foundation, perfectly square, all the way up to them walls, man. Tell that roof's on. And once everything's up and square like that, you can fucking build in proper numbers like that. It's once you're doing the math like that on 412 and you do the sheet math, whatever, starting at 0, it's 32 at this end, cut that angle. When that angle don't work, you know something's out of fucking whack, man. Something's out of square.
And that's when you find out as well. You find out when you do something weird. Okay, I've left this bit till the end. Here's the weird angle. Oh, that's strange. This math doesn't work.
Yep, that math never lies. Never lies. Same thing with the floor, anything else you're running, man. You pull that tape, you know, one way or another, them numbers aren't equal. Woof. Woof. You better start taking some tape, figuring some shit out right quick where that shit went wrong. I'm like that too, man. I check numbers all the time, man. Story pull shit, fucking make sure it's, you know, I'm gonna finish even, you know. Do I have to adjust it up, down a little bit, everything, you know, if anything's gotten out of the way, I want that piece at the top be perfectly all the way around and shit like
It's
that.
always for me. It's different. It's different because it's always for me. So it's got to be right because I'll know, and I'll know, and I'll have to see it. You know, it's not like it's at your house where I'm like, oh well. It's like I got to take this apart and do it again.
Well, I've had a few floors like that where you get about 2/3 of the way done laying it, and then you're walking the floor just to make sure shit's looking right, you know. And then there's a bump. What the hell is that? You know? And there might have been just some kind of little nick of something that got in between the track where you're snapping that shit together. And that sticks up just a hair. And I've had that where I had to take out half of that flooring just to get to that spot, fix it. Man, that sucks.
So,
but it's worth it because in the end, your material, everything you get after you get done, if it all looks right, that's the way it should be.
It took me years to be that guy that wouldn't fucking be that picky. I'm still that picky. You wouldn't, for me, my company, oof. I'd hate to be the guy that worked under me because I am just terribly picky about the product, the job we are putting forth, you know.
Oh yes.
And that's our reputation. That's my reputation. You fucking cutting that board, you know, and it's representing me, my company. It better fit, it better look good, you know. In the same aspect, man, when I've worked for other people, I've had to fucking not be that guy when I walk in the room and scan everything like, because for years I'd walk in, that's wrong. Just walk into any fucking job, scan the room, boom,
Yep.
find that flaw, and everybody would be like, "Thanks, asshole. Yeah, looked good though, didn't it?" Before you threw out the mistake. That'd be my always, that'd be. I wouldn't say that'd be the asshole too. I wouldn't say, "Yeah, it looks good," and then find the mistake. It would always be like, "That's wrong, but it looks good." Looks great, other than that first thing that drew my attention to.
Yeah, and it's still pissing me off now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if you don't cut
I don't
corners,
like when the guy opposite comes over to my house because he's a kitchen fitter and he didn't fit my kitchen. So he'd be like, he'll be coming in to do something else and he'll open a cupboard. He'd be like, it's like, oh, what? It's like, oh, they just cut that like that. That was pretty lazy. And it's like, I don't, no, I don't see that.
I won't work for a hack contractor either.
nope.
I've walked off of plenty of jobs where if I see hacky work being done, I'm like, fuck this shit. You guys have a good day. I'm out of here. Because then if people see the hackiness and then fucking you get seen on another job or whatever, they associate another contractor. You see another contractor, okay? And they
Yep.
see you working on a hacky crew. And then they see you on another crew or whatever. They're like, yeah, I see you on a hacky crew. Ooh, yeah,
I've
fuck
seen him
that
on some
shit.
shady
Yeah.
jobs. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Same reputation thing like that. You know what I mean? Want to be fucking known for quality work, not that fucking shisty fucking hack shit. Same thing.
That's why I always
And
got
I think me
callbacks
and Johnny
because
talked about that shit a while ago about the handshake. But still one of
yes,
them people where the handshake means everything. You know what I mean? That's your honor, your respect. I'm good with
you
it.
could tell a lot from a
I
man on
mean,
how he shakes a hand.
with that being said, though, with the fucking today's handshakes, I'm a terrible handshaker. Fucking and nowadays, nobody just the old. You know what I mean? It's always
Right.
something different. What this way, that
What
way.
am I gonna
fucking-
put out?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
when I do
exactly. We
when I
bump
do
in
it,
fists. Is it a number one
I just
shake?
go in whack and I hit their thumb and grab their hand and that's it. And I'm shaking it. It's a firm
Good.
one.
Do you know what? That's good, Johnny, because at least someone's taking control of it. Like,
Yeah.
nope.
I let them know this is my shake. Bam, and I grab their hand and I try not to squeeze it too hard when I do it. Depending on who it is.
I crush that shit. I grab it as hard as I can and just hold it, but I don't crush too hard. Just
Right.
to where, like, if they don't do it, then their hand could come out. But like, I will crush the shit out of it. Too many fishy floppy
Chad is
hands.
quickly pointing out times have changed. You don't shake hands anymore. There's even what Bruce says, aren't handshakes illegal now? They could very
Yeah.
well be.
Fuck that shit. I still handshake. I don't care. Yeah. I mean, that's a contract sealer for me.
And a hugger if appropriate.
Appropriately,
The
yes.
funny thing is, while you were talking about handshakes, I was thinking, actually, I just prefer if you come up and straight give me a hug and we can just move straight away from that other shit. Because
Right.
otherwise, you're probably not one of mine anyway.
Yeah,
just
depending
like to
on
check
who
for
it
a
is, a
gun.
lot of the times I'll drag him right in and give
Yeah,
a
hold him
little
up.
bro hug there.
That's to check
Hey,
for the
what's up?
gun, though. That's just to reach around their waist.
Check
feel
for the gun?
Yeah, that's what it's for. That's what it's really
Get
for.
off
You
my
pull them
ass.
in, and then you like just grab around the back of their waist, and they don't even know it. But like you're just checking for a weapon. That's what rappers do. I'm not a rapper.
Oh, you're going to
Kinda
rap?
look
Come
like one
on.
with that
Tommy
chain.
did.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, Tommy did it. He threw it down.
I need the actual fucking beat. Fucking.
Throw it
Give
down
me some
for him,
mushrooms.
Eagle.
I need mushrooms. Send me some mushrooms, and next week I'll rap. Send me some mushrooms, and next week I'll rap. Because I need inspiration. I've had mushrooms in like 6 years. So
So you only rap on mushrooms? Is that what you're trying
No,
to say?
that'll just block the part of my brain of the stuff will probably say that I'll be like, yeah, where it will
Sounds like
be,
you're saying you
it'll be
only rap for mushrooms.
prohibited. My brain will be
That's-
That should be
prohibited
a sign or a T-shirt. I will only rap for
to rap
mushrooms.
on mushrooms. Only rap for mushrooms.
I
That
will
should.
rap for mushrooms.
We'll rap for mushrooms. We'll dance for mushrooms. I'll dance
And
too.
it'll have to be a cardboard signage too.
I'll dance on cardboard like a break dancer.
Oh, back in the day, man, I remember that stuff. That was just too good. They used to
B-boy thing.
carry around a trifold type of piece of cardboard that they'd bring along, or whatever it was, some sort of a mat.
It was linoleum flooring.
Was it
Linoleum
linoleum?
mat.
It
The
could have been
linoleum
something of that
mat.
nature.
Yeah.
And these boys, they would set that shit up on the huge sidewalk on the downtown Portland, and the bus lanes, and they would set that shit up, and they would get out their great big old boom boxes and set them. It was awesome, man. I used to
Hold it on
hang
my
out,
shoulder.
watch that shit all the time. It was spectacle. I couldn't do it, you know.
Groove City Sin says fucking shake dicks, not hands. If it comes down to that, I'm just not leaving the house anymore.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah, no, none of that shit. No.
I mean, definitely going veggie and else abstain somehow.
I'll eat my seeds.
Wait, what? It sounded gross, kind of. Your
I'll eat
seeds?
the seeds that I grow. That'll be my
okay.
protein.
That's better.
It's
Yeah,
not
those
a dick
seeds.
thing anymore. The dick thing.
Yeah, not those seeds. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh, we did miss the 20. What the hell? How'd that happen?
Oh man, it just
Right.
felt right.
Oh, it's 222. The angel number.
Obviously, Johnny was on it. Yeah, he knew. He's got an
It just
internal.
felt right. I don't know what was. I just
Internal
grabbed
20.
my bong and went for it. You know, it just seemed like the right time to do it. And by golly, it was right there. Good job.
Have you got your shit sorted with your internet, Johnny? We're not going to keep. You're not going to keep disappearing on us here for 2 days a month and shit.
Oh well, I got my phone worked out.
Wicked.
Yeah, I had data issues when I got my new
Right.
system. They couldn't set me up on this new system until I started up with them, which didn't make any fucking sense to me at all. I said, why couldn't you have just put me on that system? And they said, well, we couldn't do that because you had to be with us before we could give you that opportunity. And I said, get out of my back pocket. What the
That's all
fuck?
it was. The
You know?
money-making machine. Yeah.
That's basically what it was. So I had to pay them a little bit more to get this different system. And we'll see how it works. When I first got my phone system, I actually had to set up my phone as a hotspot for my other phone, and it just sucked my data right down the toilet. And they said,
Interesting.
"Oh, well, sorry, but you had to do that." So, and I did. I don't have Wi-Fi of any sort, so it was all due to the phone. So it was a pain in the ass, but I got it straightened out.
Wicked.
Hopefully it works out.
Yep. I understand now.
I'm curious if you get anybody to know that anybody that went to cloud cultivation last cup, if you went into the medical tent, the medical area, and you got a card that day that got rejected, I'm interested in knowing because I've already heard of a few people, my daughter included, that it was kind of a sham. I kind of thought as it was going on, a couple red flags, but I kind of had a little trust in the system. It was X amount of dollars, and then it was X amount of dollars to kind of like speed the system up, you know. For an extra, I think it was like for an extra 50, we'll make sure everything gets taken care of. This will all be mailed out Monday morning, and then you should get this in like a week or two, yada yada yada. Everybody I know so far that has came back or has went has gotten rejection letters because the doctor section wasn't completely filled out. In my case, they fucked up the doctor section for Lexi. They fucked up the doctor section. Wasn't complete. The caregiver part was all fucked up. So she got rejected. And everybody else I know that has went so far that day has been rejected because the doctor didn't appropriately take care of things on his end. And
So
now
he
everything has to
inadequately
go.
filled out the form, or what?
Yeah, well, yeah, he took
shiesty.
care. He took that extra money, that extra 50. Oh yeah, I'm gonna expedite all this. It'll be taken care of. It's in the mail Monday morning. Here, it's
So
been months. It's been like
what
2 months or better.
was
And
this
now
to
we're
get
just finally getting levies.
was this to get a medical card,
Yeah,
an
yeah.
actual medical card? So it's a renewal of it for every year. You got to renew it, right?
Yeah, well, every 2 years. So
Every
I
2
actually
years.
called the doctor today, or the wellness center that and I actually, what made it a shysters, because I knew one of the shysters that ran the wellness. As soon as I seen one cat, I was like, oh, fuck. Hopefully this has no association with the doctor. But it's
And
went
it did.
south since. So yeah, I call the doctor at the wellness area today. I'm like, are you guys, in association with the doctor that was at the thing there? And they're like, yeah. He's associated with us. So what's going on? Well, we had a lot of people got rejected. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and just bring that back in. And I was like, so I have to now, like, fucking, just to make sure you fucking are gonna fill this shit out right. I got both of us, because they need a copy of my shit. They need a copy of her shit. Fucking, both of us got to find time to drive down to Bay City now, fucking an hour each way to take care of your fucking matter that we paid extra for.
Paid for, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, it's no charge. Fuck yeah, it's no charge. Fuck yeah,
You
it
already
ain't gonna be no
charged me,
charge.
bitch.
Yeah.
I might charge.
Yeah.
I charge 50
Yeah.
bucks. Actually, it's not enough to drive 2 hours.
No.
So I was really pissed. I said, I'm coming in. I'm not gonna be happy, and I'm putting your fucking ass on blast. Because you're fucking people. That ain't right. Here, you took extra money. I said, anybody could have took this stuff home and got it done fucking right, because they would have checked it before they mailed it in. You know what I mean? You
Right.
guys just fucking threw shit in the mail, didn't fucking check it out, didn't even fill it out. You know what I mean? This shit was all doomed from the start. I'm almost wondering if the guy even has a medical license. To be honest with you, that's probably the part that's missing is,
Right.
his
Yeah.
license number.
Credentials.
Yeah.
That's the part that's missing in
Yeah.
the information is where's the doctor's credentials? Who is this fucking quack?
Right. So if you're in Michigan and you're dealing with Bay City Wellness, because that's who he's associated with,
Oh,
hopefully your stuff goes through.
wow. Man, that sucks.
I've never been pleased with that place either way, because I've actually stopped there. I've actually said this name before, because the medicine, the flour I've gotten there was ridiculously bad. This was about a year ago. I actually talked about this on the way, man. I stopped and they got like 3 pre-rolls.
You did actually told
Garbage,
us,
man.
yeah. It was from there, right?
Yeah. Same place, yeah. I was actually, when I fucking picked up because I didn't know. I was unbeknownst to me who they were actually associated with, name of the storefront and everything. And then when I got the number from Miss Alexis today, she texted me the number, and I'm like, all right, I'm on. I'm on. So I call, and then they answer, and that's the answer, the name I get. I'm like, oh, fuck. Look, this is all adding up now. This is all adding up.
These
Yeah,
people
it
are
was,
everywhere dominating this fucking thing.
It's always in the math. It's adding up.
Interestingly, I happened to
Fire
Google
me
something
up.
the other day, which was about medical card, UK medical card, or prescriptions, probably what I put in. And a company popped up. So I had a little look at the company. And the Google reviews were so trash. It's like, well, I'm not moving to that company then. But it's interesting that they've got that opportunity to be able to give out medical cards in a really difficult system, and they aren't doing it good. They're doing it shit. Like, you're one of the first people to be able to do this, and you're doing it shit. That's terrible. Where everyone's complaining, don't waste your money. My consultation was shit. The doctor didn't turn up. Shit like that, right? And it's like,
Wow.
fuck. You all should be on it. You're leading the way.
I know this. I'm not the only one to ever have this problem, but it's especially with these right here. This is the main culprit. See that right there? That metal strip, the child safety fucking thing right there. I usually pull that piece out. You can pull that piece
every single time.
out. But for right now, for these fingers, I can hardly use this lighter right now because of that metal strip, because my fingers are so hashed up. I can't run it down. It's like stick. I can't even flick the fucking lighter with these.
I get rid of those every time I get a new lighter. That sucker comes off as before I even strike it the first time.
I didn't know you could get it out. I'm gonna go rip it out.
Oh yeah, you just get yourself a little what is it, like tweezers of some sorts, and get up underneath that, or a knife.
Little metal cover. Pop off.
You don't even have to pop the metal cover off. You just go up underneath that metal piece
out of there
and just peel it up.
Pop that back on.
But yeah, Johnny's way,
okay. I'm with you.
Johnny's way,
I'm with you.
Little horns, at least 2 little horns of Johnny's way sometimes, and you poke your thumb
every
on
time
it.
now. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Because it bends up the metal a little.
Yeah, it's a little piece that bends over the top of it, and it folds in the top, folds in the bottom. If you stick up underneath that thing and just pull it out, it'll rip right out of there.
Pull it out.
You don't even have to take the top piece off. Yep. That piece right there. You just rip it right out.
You can yank it out, but it bends up that first
it
couple.
Bends, yeah, it makes
you know what
horns.
I mean? Then first two
That's
prongs
okay.
bend up, and
you just bend that shit back down.
Your finger.
You thumb on those horns,
just bend that shit back down, man.
And you have a smiley face when you do that, though. You jab your thumb on there, then you have 2 dots, and it looks like a little head, a little smiley face. Like,
okay. If you want to do that, you can do that. But I bend it down.
I'm good without that. But do you know when I use this green fingers is when I first light it. If I first give it a good fucking toasting, that's what. And then I don't even need that lighter. I can use a normal one. But it means that first bit where we might have twisted it a bit tight, where it don't matter because you've charred it good. My lighting guy gave me them.
Yeah, I got to get me another one because mine's starting to not light every time. And
they're not very reliable.
Yeah, I become a mechanic. I'm a mechanic with these. I take them apart, put them back together, like different sizes, different styles, and then I used to make my own. Like, I'll make them again one day when I get.
Okay, so I can send mine to you, and you can fix it for me.
Oh, it's
I got a drawer full of them.
But it costs too much for shipping and handling. But yeah,
be my ladder mechanic.
I make like customized ones where they look like a little gun, like where you can just pick it right here, and like it's like 5 different lighters cut apart and then like put back together. Then I'll smooth it out. It's recyclable plastic. It's just like if I had a printer, I could do it with that. I'd do it with my bare hands.
Make your own shit, right? Yeah.
I had 2 pistols last time. 2 little. They look like revolvers, like damn near real. Like I just needed to paint them. They were just green and different colors, so like they look fake. But little mini revolvers.
Well, boys, I think this is a good place to call it a day. I want to try to
Yeah.
get a little bit of work done before I fall out.
Yeah, you got plenty of seeds to chase around out of those buds.
Oh no, them are sitting around. That project, just like Smiley said, man, that's gonna be
That's off
a
to the side now.
roll a joint and sit while I'm smoking it. Fuck around with that project. And I have to get a bowl of oil. Actually, the best way to get this shit off right here, very best way, olive oil.
Yep.
Rub a little bit of olive oil.
Uh,
on the fingers.
Actually, even just sunflower oil if you want to save a bit of money. Just
Or
cooking
press
oil,
it.
yeah.
Or press it and smoke it. Just fucking get the little ball of hash. And
Yeah.
I'm not in with the pieces of hair that it undoubtedly.
Skin follicles and
Yeah, there you
I
go.
smoke
Yeah.
worse. I smoke way
What
worse.
do they call it? What do they call it?
Finger hash.
When you
Oh,
get your
defoliate.
skin like that.
Exfoliation. Yeah.
What do they
Yeah.
exfoliate?
Exfoliate. Yeah, defoliate. Exfoliate. Yeah, that's right. Defoliate your skin. Shit.
I don't need the skin flakes in the hash. I can do without.
You like that strong
Okay.
stuff, right? Green fingers. You'll smoke it.
Yeah, it's gotta be strong, fucking nasty. Yeah, you gotta have that hair right there. That hair's gotta be in there. Give it the flavor.
a bit of dog hair.
A little onion flavor from under the armpit, you know, from like working hard.
Oh, yeah. All right.
That scent.
On that
GMO
swingy little
scent.
note right there, I'll say night all. Peace and love always. Eagle, awesome time tonight. Sorry I missed last night. Dropped out, passed out. Is what it
Thank
is.
you for the guest, the referral, brother. I greatly appreciate it, man.
Oh, most definitely. And he'll be coming back too. That'll be awesome too. Yeah. So
Let's keep the ball
Green
rolling.
13, peace and love. Green fingers. I'll be sending my lighter your way.
No problem.
Peace and love always, guys. See you in chat in a little bit.
I'm gonna slide. Love you,
Johnny. Love you too, brother. Have a great day.
Oh, he just said he's gonna slide too. Damn.
They
Weed
got
Nerd
you.
World. One love, Weed Nerd World. Weed Nerd for life. I'm so high right now. Peace out, Eagle. Love you.
Medicated.
No, I'm high though. Like I'm like next to God. I'm like high. Like,
all right.
I was medicated 5 minutes before. Love you.
Love you too, brother. Have a good day. With that being said, that does wrap it up. Episode 508, WEedNerdWorld. Let's get some music going so we get through these shout outs so we can get about our day or end it, whichever there applies. A little music going here. Let's see what we got ahead of old Zach Wyatt here. Let's spend some good music. Oh, I'm in that guest kind of phase. Fuck it, we'll just go with it, I guess. Ooh, right here. I already know. This is. I seen it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah. I'm almost pissed. This is as loud as it goes. Got big news. Of course, this is big news 1 and 2. God, it's hard not to just sit here and rock this one. Love this song. Especially when they start doing the nursery rhymes. Sorry, I'm just gonna rock this one for a second. Love some fun. So probably gonna get in trouble for playing it this long, but it's worth it. I believe there's a storm brewing. I like part 2 though. Part 2 is the best. I believe we're gonna die. So cool. D's House of Date, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG89, Unplugged 705, Medical McCullough, Rick T, the Rebel, and IG 207, Fabian Salinas, Dave's Not Here, Tom Spook, Grey Walker, Mendo Dope, Tell You Dog, Dung Beetle, Deadeye, Red Eye Jedi, Gross, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Doug Reed, Runboy 7426, Justin Hurt, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Treble, Michael Walls, Whole Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Don Slug, Rick S, In the Bushes 827, Kevin James Siemens, sorry James Siemens, Kevin Hahn, World's Last Hope, Pats Fan 420, Bio Minter, Dirt Road Dude, Kenneth Sheba, Jose Ramirez, sorry, Red Eye Rustler, Dad Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone 710, Canuck, Kenny Queen Genetics, Sabby Tanase, Fooner, Dirtman Dad, Keith the Black Cells, Mr. Bosillis, Sun Primo Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jeff, Soil Root, Small Tube, Tyler, Foster Roots, Michigan or Miss Door, Michigan Micro, Ouija Bud, Sub T Roy, Pink Dark Rose, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weed Nerd, John, Last PPG 15, Green Conway Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Dane Grower, DOA Grow Meds, Miss Nudie Grows, I Gruesome, Johnny Candace, Nutrient Shootouts, Non Nikki, Zoe and Slammer, and Wild Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, Miss Madam T, Stu Move, Mo Grower, the Can of Crate, Loki Grows, Sus, This Guy Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connection, Wolverine Grows, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One, Flora Life, Laid Way Back Farber, D Block, MMP, Nations Creations, Amerlonic, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sure Sticky, Rob, Big Dave 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Madawad G3, The Dream Cleek, Jane K Triple G, Mr. Sprinkley, Brittany and Tyler Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, Be Too Crazy For You, BGWG 420, Dr. Budswell, Purple Dome OG, Arthro Centimeter, Arthro, Just Face 420, Beast Coast Scroll 420, Sir Hal, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Haggerton 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BTW Grows, Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Alex Boy Chef, Chef Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Randy Family Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, New Sebot Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane's Med Garden, Streamer 77, Double D, Bed Buddy Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664, Spaniard Cougar, Jones to Grow, Papa G Grows, Raz Amy Drove Grows, Cast, the Grow From Your Heart Podcast, Little Luna, Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus, O, Jason, Iso, P Win, David Kobe, Mason 662, Scroggy Mix, Scroggerton, The Goddess Grows, Kaylee Burrows, Cad and Brad, Family Farms, Polly P, Kevin Jodry, Mike Concho, J. Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steenson, Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, Dan the Indoor Man, Grownish Homies, Hamilton Grown, Clip Smoke, Keystone Candle Flag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greeley, Ace Through Hustle, Fred Darn Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grow 420, No Salad, Jesse White, Gassine Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Social J, Killer 8 Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, The Pharmacy, C-Back, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mayhat, Moira and Morte, Rick Amen, Stephanie Dora, and Tendency, Carriers K, Mike Rubles, Drew Beer 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Sue Moon, Popco 719, Bake with Shake Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grow Buds. Fuck yeah. Laura Wash, Mr. Reed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho Grown, Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven. Pugent, Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real. 2,000 years of tradition. Me, Sir D. Conley, Pimp Jam, Make Bodie Face, Show Me Sasquatch, fuck Google and you. I'm going well. Canadian Restore, Poor Dirt Farmer, Carl Wright, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tenry Farms, Seldom See. This is a bad choice. This song is super good. Sorry. Oak Park Orange Hell, 9782. Skunky Packs, Marshall Arson, Michael Slate Hafner, Daniel McNizzle, Mandel Cleefit, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, motherfucking Thomas, Rancho Costa Pensi, Monkey Balls, for interview champion Bobby Lynn, Means, Trench Digger, Mr. Mac. Solo to the rear. Tone like bone, Bill S, Mr. Weed Pete's Tater Delicious, Minty Country Roots, you're on fire to next. Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny Weenie 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Clum 14, Bearded V-Man Farm 616, all up north, Max and Screwy. Where were we? Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Belly Real, Jennifer Steele 2, Kinbus 03, Turf Farmer, Jennifer Steele, Stevenson, Carlitos, Latino, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolfstein, Firesaw, Wooly Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Rasta Bob, White Brother Grows, Burning Room, Tone Grows, Ed, K-Man Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith, Dude, Noob, Sailbox, Noobs, Grow, Sean Mechanics, J Monks, Dank, Agenda, Walla Walla, Kangaroo, Fall Dog, Huron, Cats, also, Ulysses, Paris, Rock Fame, Justice Big, 420, Rock Bid, Fresh Roll, Driving Herbs. Yes. Me. Your boy, Roy Boy, Daniel, your mailman grows. We be growing Australian grows, love for the plant, Argo, American smock poker, unfrozen caveman who has highest surf crab, Michael Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius grows, Dank Browning, Zan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, the Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Tease Bag, Drone, Star, Shotgun Willie, Dank Yoda, Jay Simmons, Bro Grows, Clackamus, Cool DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, your boy Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamus 420, Stinky Coast, Dylan Steinberg, PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sun Grows 707, J.A. Drodes, A420, Cascadian Grows, T-Toads, A. Four Plants, A. Weedworks, Captain Scrawl, Smoky Buns, Hodge Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live. There's a better one than this. I just know it. Terry Lee Live. Gasser Tempe, Annie N.D. Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus. Oh, this is a good one too. No, this isn't close though. Annie N. D. Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11 Bintu Buds, Michael Rest of Plenty. The Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock, 420, 420, Boom Farm, Charlie Farm, 420, Aldridge, 25, Smiley's Garden, JT's, Misty's Nugs, Grow, Smoke and Grow for Asia, Grow, Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm, 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolved, 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, CTE, Grows A, Rick Wolf, DLP, 2372, Ned Denver, White Denver, Sergeant Pep, 420, Ken Trooper, Blind Cat, 420, Light Up Again, Tim, KSIF, 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical, MJ, Budswell, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dateman Dan, Dateman 420, Red Sun Farms, Good Luck, Tony Bell, Chicha B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General, 420 Army, the American one, W Diggins 714, Shirate, Kineo, Sinex, Mountain Skies, ready to hit that hot fire, Chris Mertz, Ian, Say Robbie, Sergeant Live, Hepa Cam, Finger Lakes Finest, Ridge Patch, Doze and Moon, Southern VT Growers, Tooth Medical, Dare Bear, Plus One Mushroom, Secret City Cottoneers, My Little Tent, 2042, Spacewalker, Christian, Free Mump, T Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T Dwayne, East Coast Will, Hayden Day, Galactic Gardens, John Smith, Liptus, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seas, Ross, Kaya, Paul, Lemon, Hoko, Trench, Rita's Juicy Life, 420 Grant Man, Mary Bound, Simon Sizzle, 9 Inch Colas, Chris Moon, CK Trades, Visit Creator, Guru, The Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, JJ Wire, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grows, Evergreen Haze, 311 Gene, Friends, Tree, MMJ, Matt, SA Ball, Dragonfly B, Justin Meds, Travis Waltz, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan for Blessed Coast Seeds, Django Gas, Wessel for Life, John Smith, Tommy Troicum, Smoke King Grass, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spiky Pilots, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silbert, Into 11, Stephanie B, Shark Pulley 989, Bob Brown, Top Garters, Sonar Nation 420, Joe Y Bugs 1313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Jay Myers, Demid Chat, Mr. Manny D, Bagseed, Dr. DGC, Just Shredder 11, Shredder 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag 420, Skillbo 1, Med Grower 1, Empire Breeding Grow, Fergoli, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ali Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Lonely Jester, Smoking with Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Rafter Grows, Rob Automation is Freedom, Robin Hazelton, Door, Michigan Core, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Dump Bum. 420, 808, Rudy Prospects, Kid Boss Sergeant, Hayden Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T Ben, TM 42696, Root Nuts, Dr. Scramble, 3V Room Rock, GHFJJ, Bio Green, Self Grower, Hanky Safety 420, OGKP, Ganja Dana, Your Mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Rodriguez, Big Growing, Nature's West Nuts, Killer Bee Girls, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. E, Soil for Life, Bully for Life, the Jeffro 420, 69, be the 698, be the Dr. Franklin Broody, God damn it, Big Ted's Test, Richard Forbes, David Pimenta, B4 P Funk, Nick T, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin, Man, B. Dudley, James Chug, Charles Rose 818, John Wayne, Carolina Root, Sister Golden Hair, Dana L. Danker, Runio, KNF Gardens, Kid Blank 1030, Choose One Only, Food Farmer, James, Crypto Goat, Richard Lamb, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Grove, Top Lord Genetics, Small Business 420, Can2 Canvas, Jesse Pitcher, Blind Dog Nelia, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy Year, Betty Cropper, Daniel Rose, Photos, Mitten Grown Med, Sunrise Groves, of course, my girls, Lexi, Brittany, and Coo, No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, and Cannon Mix, Soilborn, Addiction, Ross, Joe, Alex D, Dirty Or Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Shark Rose, 818, Clay Saley, Fried Piper, Petro, Eagle Pride Warrior, Sales Smiles for you, Frank Sada, The Dank Duchess, Kino, Kelly, Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Sada, Sing Fact, What About Bob, Bill Justers, Pop Swoon, John Gorski, Jen Doe, Dungeon Gangsta, THC4, PTSD, T Barrington, Honcho Drone, Swamp Cat, Polero, Canabika, Buster Because, Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D, Ken Ferrari, 420, AB Normal, Frank Guerrero, Bear Feet, J Brent 74, CK Brown Guy 420, Packadur 420, Burning Tree Maine, EA Gray Sun Grown 207, Hydro Daily, M with Gigi, Jamie Rain, Supreme Grape, Sony Rockefeller, Can-Man, Cannabis, Brew City Sin, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots, Dead Cynic, Knuckles, Michael P, Polly B, Quick B, Nimble, Bud E Kilowatts, Michael D 4889, Disbanded Brothers, Mycelium Man, Joseph, Grace Medicine RX, Keith and Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis 411, Freedom of Speech, Dr. George was D Streets, Ganja Sanduko, 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Victoria, What About Bob, Sacred Gardens, Gus Grove, Slick Rick H, Dog Pound, St. Dave in St. Louis, Move Watts, Gossing, Yeti, Ed Brand, MM Grown, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Church, Christopher 54, Last Predator, Matthew from SoCal, Sioux, Illinois, Manbridge, Jinx Proof. Thank you for the letter, by the way, Matthew. Jinx Proof, Genetics, Dark Horse Genetics, Owner, Dude, Joel and Jen, Noah from North South Genetics, Carol Ann, Mr. Cry, PTA, B13, Lil, Brood Beyond Fear Fiction, XX League GPXX, Uncle Soner, Crispy Tree Kitchen, Growers Patronites, LAD Grown, Iceni Clan, Iceni Special Branch these days, Decoy Bacon, Mr. Scotto, Breaks Fake One, J. Allen, Big Bob Grows, Jolly Canna, Australian Goes, Yucca 420 Gardens, Daniel Phillips, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Sally, Silly Seashells. I'm a freak. I'm a freak. Wob Wobby, Sean Bids, Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Sunk, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming, Tutorial, Sub T Deck, Jose Ramirez, Perez, Dog of the Hut, 420, Buck, Chiba Man, GR, 420, Community Videos, Detroit River Rat, Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captain Bob, Cheddar Bob 13, Main Grower, Made 420, Med Grower, Cookies Coop, Jake Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Mr. Kazoo, that is, Mr. Lincoln, Stinkin' Aaron Burnish Rooms, Angel Studios, MG 420 Growth Tent, Paul D. Elliott, John Fleming, Jankovic, Fibro Floor, Polly P. Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly, Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, The Misfit Grow, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Toner Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Ross Sonic, French Dweller, Tarzan, Superband, Old Man, Hermit Ash, Freebird, Mogre, and Madigar, Simple Man, Survival One Time, Tim Blake, Off Coast, Chronic, Sing Fat, Caballero, Polero, Harley Grow, Jen God, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, J.R. Reed, Randy Case, Steve Collins, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe, Brian, Randy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Boom 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom, Puffer Smiles, 15 Digits, Mitchell Ganja, Mooch Hash, Fred G, Ganja, Sudoku, Super Bob, Broski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Sound, Organic, Zippy, iMedic, Honesty, K-Hell, Leo, Flower, Brett, Boom, Todd, Hendricks, Newton, K&T, Proof, Chris D, Crew Serum, Bow Times, Full Daddy Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Ken Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab, Low Cut, Elvie, Tenure, Mo Manic Man, Benji, Banshee, sorry, Raz Benji, Helen, Huge Janus, James C, Atomic Smooth, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, High Flyer, 420, Lobster Brush, Whoa, Mother Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Yo Boy, Roy Boy, Static, Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill, 710, Kendrick Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man, 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, The Entourage Effect, Warren Dixon, Lady Luck, El Mano 420, surrounded by Keith Ferrari, Farm Springs, Single Father, Tapping This Without Guilt, Mike Steve, 562 Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost Genetics, Zenzola, B. Benson, Astro Charlie, Sativa Spoon, 4GTCA, Bush Doctor, Astro Charlie again, Dr. R. Dirty Hoe Gardens, TK, James C. Weaver, Grow Olds, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herbs, Tasty Worm, Terps, Skunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Abolis Farm, Spartan, Grown, Johnny Green Thumb, 710, or Michigan Wildflower, 710, Seldom Seen, Gambler, Todd O'Connell, CP 710, Caribou TV, Virginia Herbs, Red Pill, Equilibrium Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crop, Stupid Trucker, Bud, or eBay, Bud Tender, Glass Girl 420, Nut, Ted Nugs, Magic Bean, Greg 77, Ted Nugs, Dunk 8, Glassworks, Beast Mode 347, Mike Atomic Skier, JMC 182, Justin Gucci, Webcam, Sony, or Dan Stoney, Baby Fat, Jake Kuda, Pip 1000, Dan Stoney, Sunshine Farm, Daydream Bread, Star, Mountain Laree, Scotty, Nowhere, Justice Mick, Not Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dog Seeds, Butt Plug, Bugaloo, Lucky, Claude D. Gosselin, Mo T. World, Mauti World, hopefully I got that right. Green Gorilla, CT Gardens, Benny Ben, Up and Able, Mr. Matty Duber, Marduber, Cushy Terps 5, Zenti Mental, Green Goddess, Alberta, Cannabis Grower, Earth Creeper, Dawn, Hazel Hurst, and last but not least, Weedus 207. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I am very grateful for the folks of you tune in, talk about the show, tell other people, participate. Love that shit. I'd love to hear your story. If you're one of those that do not have a ticket to the wormhole, WEedNerdWorld, rather, my bad. You can earn your way. Get a hold of me. Get on Instagram, Eagle Gardens 1. Fucking talking shit with Eagle. Both accounts will lead you to me. Or you can reach me at eaglegardens1@gmail.com. If you're interested on getting me on the show, hit me up. Let's hear your story. With that being said, hopefully you know the routine. If this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. Everybody needs it. This is the beginning of your day, your journey. It's fucking Tuesday. Have a great day. Take a little time for some self-love. You can't give out what you don't have in your heart. You gotta love yourself before you can love anybody or anything else. After that's done, go out and have an amazing, prosperous day. Along the way, hopefully you can find time to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness, do save lives. They don't really have to be monetary things. Phone calls, joints, sessions. Can I get that door? Good look in somebody's eye when they're having a bad day. With a burnt smile from the heart. Say, hey, how you doing? La da da da. Goes a long way. Goes a long way. As long as it comes from the heart, it will change some lives. With that being said, have a great day. I love you guys. There's Butt Plug Bugaloo. I guess I thought I was making it up. Cheers, everybody. I love you. See you tonight when my guest will be the Rooted Leaf on Instagram. Talking about carbon-based nutrients. 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Pacific. Tell a friend. I'll see you tonight, 11:30. Have a good day.